Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Oh, it's my phone. I was so confused what that noise was.
Oh.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast recorded live from... Where are we from today?
Helsinki. Wait, how do I get my... It's... Alright, guys, if you have... What's the thing? What's the stroking thing? Flashing lights.
Whoa, gooning?
No! the neurological disorder. Epilepsy. If you have epilepsy, don't watch right now, because when I have my lights on, sometimes it does these
well, maybe if you had, like, boy lights instead of these dumb girl lights, that could be cool.
Oh, Christmas is for girls. Okay.
No, those aren't Christmas lights.
These are Christmas lights.
I hate plain color. I'm a multicolor Christmas lights kind of guy. That's the vibe that I fuck with.
White is so warm though.
No,
it's like I'm in a little Austrian village. We're gonna be raided by the Grinch tonight. We don't even know.
Oh shit! Have you been getting the McDonald's and the Pentagon song on TikTok?
I love that song. I have it saved in my music folder and I listen all the time.
Yo, it's the McDonald's in the Pentagon. What a fucking... It's like it's the same shit as like What's New Scooby-Doo, kind of. It scratches a similar itch for me, even though... Oh, that's pop punk, and you're talking about ska music. Shut the fuck up, nerd version of Jack. What do you want to talk about today? Do you even want to talk about basketball? We do whatever. I didn't watch Zero Day yet, or whatever.
Oh, you idiot. I wonder, do you think that... Did he really work at the McDonald's in the Pentagon? Is there one?
No.
There is one, right?
First of all, they're an NB. They're non-binary. I know that much.
Okay.
Second of all, no, because I saw a secondary. Their account popped up on my page, and I clicked on it, and they were like, "Yo, I feel bad. Everyone thinks I work at the." No, I don't. It's just a song I wrote. Do you think the Jonas Brothers really went to the year 3000? You know, like probably not.
Well.
In a flux capacitor.
Well, you know that's not their song either. They redid that song. It was someone else's song.
Well, whose song was it?
Some old timey band. You're gonna if you pull. I feel like we might have had this discussion right when the podcast started. If you pull up like the '90s version, it's crazy. You're gonna be like, what?
Year 3000 original. Let me see this.
It's by, I think they're British.
By British pop rock band Busted. I don't know any of these guys. They look super fucking... I mean, they look violently...
They look busted?
2000s, but not necessarily 3000s. Yeah, so shout out to the song... whatever. Shout out to the year 3000. So I didn't watch...
Bug.
I don't know that song. Off the top of my head.
By the Jonas Brothers.
Well, I mean, I probably heard it on Radio Disney when I was a kid, but...
Now I'm speechless, over the edge, I'm just breathless. You know
I remember Bowling for Soup was big when I was a kid. That's
okay.
That's the Radio Disney got me hooked on, was 1985. The clean version of 1985 was on there all the time.
And now 1985 is the same distance then that 2005 is now. Wow. Everybody say it. Wow.
Wow. That's the year we were born.
Yep. And in Wemby also.
And Wemby, our age brethren.
So how do I know if I have a blood clot?
I don't know. I don't know what he...
He said he was just tired.
Okay. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired a lot.
This is not a great look.
My mom actually had that, but she was like throwing up. They got to that point. But how do I know if I have it in my shoulder? I think she had it in her leg, and it was pretty quick after she had a long trip where she had to drive a lot, and then it didn't happen. But Wemby was running, he was moving. So I guess he flies a lot, right? But if I get that in my shoulder, do I just die? Because I don't have a medical staff.
Yeah, no, you're cooked. You and I are cooked just because it's so... this country encourages you not to go to the doctor. And so I do wonder how many, it's probably like an enormous amount of deaths every year that are completely preventable if
I think is it like 30 or 60,000? Bernie Sanders used to say this number all the time when he was running in 2020.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't mean it in like a woke way. I just mean it in like
okay.
Yeah, like I'm frustrated with the medical system in America, and like I know the insurance companies are like ripping us off and exploiting us, but like I don't mean that in like a lefty Bernie Sanders way.
On a gay way.
Yeah. Where it's like, what am I gonna get my nose pierced next? Because I want to go to the doctor. Okay, how's that fair?
What, am I going to buy a medical diorama of boys' lips to kiss? That's what they want.
Whoa, what am I going to go to CPR training and get a boner because the mannequin's kind of strong and ripped, and it's like, whoa.
Because it's Zac Efron, neighbor Zac Efron as the mannequin?
Yo, wow. what a to be a gay guy watching Neighbors, probably crazy. Because how do you feel about Dave Franco? I feel like he's pretty handsome too, and so that was probably just like or I guess anyone attracted to men. You know, it's not just for gay guys, but yeah.
No, he's another one. I told you I have bad radar for him and James. I was surprised. I was like, really?
James, I understand. James to me like crosses a line where it's like, okay, you're like a caricature of a handsome person. This is like too much. But Dave, I liked. There's a charm there.
I know Zach. I could tell Zach, but
well,
also
yeah, obviously.
He had fake jaw surgery, or he had fake jaw injury. He's a liar. It's plastic surgery, everybody. Don't believe him. Also,
what was his excuse for that?
He said he had a jaw injury, and then he like
doctor hurt your face.
It happened because he had to like chew weird, and that built up the muscles in his jaw really hardcore. But then people found, like, he said he had that jaw injury in 2012 or something. So I'm pretty sure he was lying. Also, one of the great outcomes of the pandemic happening is we didn't get what was his Netflix show? Down to Earth with Zac Efron.
Oh yeah, like the Zac Efron Anthony Bourdain thing.
Yeah, with his weirdo friend. I'm sorry if I don't know. He seems like a pseudoscience guy. I don't know his opinions well, but he seems
I don't know. The whole vibe, there's just way too much like there's way too much like sitting in like a hut made out of sticks next to a waterfall. For me, it's like every like cut to them like sitting around talking to people was like it looked 30 seconds before they dropped ayahuasca or something. It was just like, okay. I don't really know how much the focal point of the show is like exploring, different regions of the earth or anything.
Because it was like Zac Efron obviously doesn't know. He was just there to be like, I'm Zac Efron. Let me get people to watch. And every time they told him something new, it's like, whoa, that's the coolest thing ever. But that's my reaction. So Zac is kind of like me on the screen. Like it's
self-insert. But now you get to be really handsome. Well, you would have if his jaw surgery thing went right. Then yeah.
Well, yeah, it was kind of for me specifically. It was like a 1-to-1 replication of the experience.
Okay.
But so then his friend is supposed to be the expert because he wrote some book about healthy eating. But I didn't trust his friend. I'm like, I don't know about you, guy. I don't know. Do you think vaccines are autism? I don't know.
Yeah.
But then, but season 1 was still great. They went to all these different places and they looked at cool stuff. But blue zones have been debunked, by the way. But season 2, because the pandemic happened, he just went to Australia, to like 6 different parts of Australia, and I was less interested. But blue zones, he went to the blue zones where everybody lives to be at least
100 years old.
And they talked about all this crazy. There was this great moment where they talked about protein, and they were like, protein activates the TOR gene, which activates aging. And Zac Efron was, I was about to say Levine. Zac Efron was like, I've been eating so much protein. No, for Baywatch, dude. Do you know how much protein I ate?
He was shredded for Baywatch. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but yeah, their blue zones are like 5 or 6 areas where everyone lives to be 100, and they're trying to figure out why. But it turns out they were just lying. Like all those old people, like they don't really have records, and so they figured out just they're probably not 100.
Oh man, I drink a bottle of olive oil every day, and I look like this, and I'm 78, and it's like,
It's
okay,
focaccia.
yeah, well, yeah,
Focaccia and cigarette.
I'm sure, yeah, you look 78 for sure. You do. If you were 100, it would be crazy, but yeah. Okay, traveling the world, all that stuff. I can get behind that. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, Embiid's done for the year. Did you see that? It literally happened right before we started recording.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Much better update than the previous one, which was Embiid looking for a cure-all. Embiid looking for a magic potion, a magic quick fix, like a pill that he could take to solve.
Yeah,
every
you know how
single one of
you know
his
how you have
issues.
limits. What if there was a pill that could
Oh,
remove those
shoot.
limits? It could
If
be
he-
cool.
Could Embiid play on the limitless pill with his injury and still be impactful?
Maybe he could coach. I don't know about play, because it's not like it makes your body impervious or anything.
But the thing is, your mind, your brain.
You
is
could,
the most...
so if he took the limitless pill, I think what would probably end up happening is he would get so good at sports medicine that he would invent a new cure for his
potion.
knee injury. Yes, so he in a roundabout way he would solve it. But again, probably not by the time the playoffs come around.
Should we? So many things are marketing issues, and so have vaccines been ruined to the point where we need to rebrand? Should we just start calling them potions? Oh, we're lagging.
Yeah, we are lagging. Is there a big delay, or are we chilling?
Nah, well, I don't know now. Here, 3, 2, 1,
Go.
It's like 1.3 seconds.
Okay, thanks for the
And you're blurry
precision.
on my screen.
Oh my God! What's the deal?
But I think it's fine when you download the
local shit.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think now something switched where I think the audio's better, so we don't have to download the solo things. Or wait, did I last time?
I have no
that
idea.
Might have been a lie.
I
All right,
wasn't.
what
I
were you
wasn't
gonna
there. It's gone now. I don't have anything to say now. It's rest in
shoot.
peace. You wanna? How much have we done so far? 12 minutes. That's fair. That's fine for an intro.
Yeah. Timestamp
you know.
that.
Timestamp it. McDonald's in the Pentagon. Damn, bro. I was trying to get my new mixer thing set up, because then it does have a little soundboard on it, and I could put. Is there any like sounds you would want to have on command?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a hockey sound. HAKI.
No, like.
Oh, you know what I was watching? I was watching a documentary about the Russian hockey team. It's crazy.
What about them?
It was the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah. So the worst event in those guys' lives.
Sort of. They were. I've never seen that movie, and I don't care about hockey, so I've never seen that game or anything about it. But yeah, they just talked about they're like, miracle for them, just bad day for us. I'm happy we give them miracle. But yeah, they basically talked about like the birth of Russian hockey, and Stalin was like, I think it was Stalin. No, was Stalin too?
Who's
far
after
behind?
Stalin? Is that Gorbachev? Or
Might
is
have
there
been.
someone?
I don't know.
There's a Gorbachev. All I know is Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall or something.
Oh well, it was him at some point. Yeah. But I think they might have started before then. But yeah, the Russians, they were like, "Well, we need the hockey program." So they had this guy who he didn't know anything about hockey. I guess he was a soccer coach. They were like, You're the head of our hockey program.
Damn, they Ted Lasso'd it?
Out. Yeah, kind of. And he was like, okay, could I get some hockey film from Canada? They say Canada is the GOATs. Could I get some film from them and other people so I can figure out how the sport is played? They said no. So he had to figure it out on his own.
No.
And, Yeah, I guess he was like a crazy guy. Like he would have them do these crazy workouts, and he would have crazy strategies. And I guess
it rocks to say he was a crazy guy. He was just doing crazy things, and they were crazy.
he was, and it's funny because in American media, we'd think Russians are big, strong, powerful, tall guys, and they're scary.
They're
and
all like
intimidating.
bears.
Yeah, but I guess his style of hockey that he invented is it was like 7 seconds or less, sort of. He didn't say anything like that, but they were the finesse team. They used speed and skill and grace, and they hockey was an art versus the disgusting brutes of Canada and those animals. And when they first played them, the entire Russian team had helmets on, and Canada was just skating around with nothing. It was like, God, these cavemen, these disgusting guys. That was my takeaway. The Russians didn't say that, but yeah, they dominated hockey that way because they were playing the sport instead of trying to fight everyone.
Mm-hmm.
They went up through. They had this like big series again because all their guys weren't allowed to play in the NHL and everything. They were prevented from going over.
They got
so
Sabonis.
They could only play in Russia. And so then they organized like this series to where they would play the Canadian national team to figure out who's the best team. And they said best of 8 series. I don't know
how does that work?
Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it ended after 7. I don't know. But Canada went up, or Russia went up 3-1, and then Canada slashed their star forward. They slashed his heel, so then he couldn't play anymore, and then they lost the series. Garlamov. Yeah, and then they basically they were super dominant team. Then they fired the crazy guy, and they brought in a dweeb, a little like analytics dweeb who couldn't connect with people.
Yeah.
And then that went on until they lost to the USA, which I think the USA team was like the amateurs. I think they had the same thing as the NBA going on. And yeah.
Wow. I was just letting you go there. I just wanted to see how long you could go on the Russia hockey thing. That was so long. Just every time you lost momentum, you go, yeah. Oh, and then, so then the dweeb guy comes in. And so then, oh my God. All right. I don't give a fuck about.
The cool guy wrote a legendary hockey book that's now like $400 to $500 on in stores.
How?
I don't know.
Is it made out of?
He wrote a book about his approach to hockey, and it was like he took influences from ballet and from art and from the arts.
Hey, if you can win hockey, you can win life. That's pretty much what I get from it. Okay, I don't give a fuck about hockey. Truly, bottom of my heart, it's fun to watch, but I don't follow it, and I'm certainly not going to watch that movie because we're talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder, 3-1. In their last 4, they've beaten the Nets, the Wolves, the Jazz, and then they lost to the Timberwolves. I said a very human week for a team that hasn't looked human very often. Did you lock into any Thunder hoops this week?
I didn't lock in. I had it on, but I was watching Derek Queen. I've been watching Derek Queen. Everybody.
What the fuck is Derek Queen? You
He's
have 30 seconds. You spent all your fucking free time on the hockey thing. But
he's a draft prospect.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. So they blow the 25-point lead to the Timberwolves. That's not great. That's kind of sad. They gave up 41 points in the fourth quarter. J-Dub pretty bad on offense in the fourth quarter of that game. He had 8 points on 2 of 9 shooting, and the Wolves were pretty comfortable just being like, hey, if you're not SGA, do whatever you want. That's fine by us. And it worked in this game. It worked pretty well. So they smoked that 25-point lead and end up losing in overtime. And then they went down to the wire with the Brooklyn Nets in a game that it felt like had pros and cons, kind of. So the cons, the Nets are not a super good basketball team. And if you're one of the best teams in the league, you probably should not have to, make a double-digit comeback against them. But one of the pros is that in the playoffs, they will see Shea guarded the way that Brooklyn did in this game. Just like, I mean, if you want to say the Wolves were comfortable letting anybody else or shoot the Nets, I mean, Shea was seeing like 3 bodies every time he touched the basketball at least. And so they'll see that in the playoffs. It's way better to have to figure it out now than in the playoffs when you're like backs against the wall or whatever. And then I also wrote down, Dagnall had a good quote about opposing personnel and their relevance when he's playing the 2 bigs lineup, Chet and Hartenstein. He said the opposing personnel is irrelevant right now, to be honest with you. Maybe in the second half of games, those 2 guys are 2 of our best players. Part of my job is to get our best players on court. We're in the early stages of understanding that. Has it been perfect? No. Maybe some of the personnel we're facing has challenged it, but I think that's good for us. It would be irresponsible of us to not know everything there is to know about every part of our team.
Yeah. Say, sometimes, even if there's a Pharaoh, if you're having success without hit scan DPS, sometimes you got to keep it going.
What is that from?
That's Overwatch. Yeah.
Is that Pharaoh?
Farah.
Yeah.
She's the jetpack. She launches
I did not
rockets.
like playing against her.
I did not either. And the thing is, I guess she's very easy to deal with if you have good aim and you choose the right characters that are just not projectile, just when you pull the trigger they connect with her.
Yeah.
I do not have good aim, so I'm not good at dealing with her. But she dictates your entire play style. You have to address her, but she's relatively easy to address.
Okay.
So guys, write that down. The only thing I wrote down for the Thunder this week is they asked Shea how much the agent fees factored into his decision to rep himself, and he said, it wasn't entirely that. I think for myself, I want to be a well-rounded human being, not just... Oh, wait, no, he said, I think for myself, I want to be a well-rounded human being, not just a basketball player, a businessman, a father, a husband. I want to check all the boxes.
Okay. It's interesting to be like, I want to be a businessman when, you know... I guess, hey, the max is coming, regardless, now that I think about it. Who gives a fuck? But, like, the biggest moment of your career, like the most money there's ever been on the line, that's the moment where you're like, I think I want to figure this one out on my own terms. And it's just like, hey, I would not be that brave. So, shout out to Shea. I also liked your tone there at the beginning. It was like, I want to think for myself, but you just misread it. I was like, oh, Jaylen Brown, he's rubbing off. But no.
Jaylen Brown collabed with Bill Nye on a show. Oh, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
God, come on. You're fucking spoiling it. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lobbyist requests. I got to figure out a way to deal with this.
Should we do 3 per team?
I was thinking that maybe we cap it at 3 and we just pick
the 3 best ones, because sometimes they overlap a little bit. Like we talk about things in the conversation, or we've talked about it too recently.
Okay, let me see. Well, I don't know which of these are the best. So, OKC thread. What?
I was gonna yap while you figured it out.
Oh yeah, cook then. Cook.
All right, so I'm watching. I have the NBA Draft Combine pulled up on my TV. So how about that? We're watching Maxwell Hairston do this side-to-side boxed. Oh, my God, he just slipped. Guys, do not draft Maxwell Hairston. I don't care what anyone says. I just saw him slip in the combine drill. Oh,
That's
my
so
God.
Embarrassing. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, dude. And he's wearing a hat. Take it seriously. This is a job interview. No. Oh, it's not a hat. It's just like a... Okay, it looked like a hat from behind.
So,
I don't think there's any brim.
OKC Thread Killer says, do you think the Thunder are starting to take their foot off the gas a little bit as they coast to the number 1 seed in the Western Conference? If so, they'd only be doing this intentionally, such as to not show too much of their hand, experiment with some new stuff, get healthy, etc. Can you share your thoughts on how dominant regular season teams have historically approached the end of the season as the games become less consequential? Now, this is interesting because it feels like the Thunder... I guess we're in the second year of, like, the Thunder, 60-ish wins. The first year you see that, the young teams are just, like, we're winning all the time. It doesn't matter.
Or Golden State.
Yeah. We're 100 fucking miles an hour. We're winning every game possible.
Setting the record.
Yeah. But then when you look at, like, I don't know, the Celtics last year, I don't remember them finishing the regular. They were, like, strong the entire time.
They don't have to try very hard in the East.
Yeah. I think it wouldn't surprise me if you see some of that, just like some very funky liberties taken with the lineups to just see what works and what doesn't, what you have in your arsenal. Because also, the Thunder are going to have to, like, trim down the rotation, even though they have so many good players. Like, you just don't really see fucking 11-man rotations in the playoffs at all. And so, I think they'll spend the next couple of weeks, final 20-ish games, kind of hammering all that stuff out.
I think, it really changes year to year, because some teams, like, it really depends on what happened to them in the playoffs before, because, like, the Nuggets go coast mode, and it's because they're like, okay, we know that our goal is June or whatever, we gotta last until then. Not the biggest problem. Famously, LeBron teams like the Heat and the Cavs, they would coast a lot in the regular season. And then the Warriors tried super hard. Once they got experience in the playoffs going deep, they were like, all right, let's chill. Let's take it easy. So really, I think it is just the life cycle of when you're first good, then you're going all out all the time, but then you realize this is a really long marathon, so let me chill out for a little bit. And all their guys are still, like, so young to the point where I don't even know, they probably just try hard by default. But
it's kind of how their defense works. It's just like we're always trying hard.
And if you don't play good defense, you get FOMO from them. You're missing out because everyone is such a good defender. So that's a good team building.
Peer
recipe.
Pressure. I like that.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. I don't think we'll get like I don't think Shea will do what Jokic has done, where it's like Jokic, it felt like, was like, I don't like the MVP talk. I'm just gonna stop.
That's
playing.
like, I feel like that's unique to Jokic.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Yeah, I think Shea, especially like trying to just bring home the MVP award. Shea individually, I think we'll get like a very consistent level of effort out of. I think the whole team will be. Come up. Yeah, we'll be trying hard. It's just I think from the coaching perspective, they probably have their sights set on goals that are more than just the regular season win total. Okay. Then Derek Corndogs. I'm not reading the whole Thunder Posse voice. Sorry, guys. I'm making a judgment call. And this is a paragraph and a half, so you're lucky I'm even picking it. But it just says, I noticed after milking the Cavs yesterday, I noticed the Ringer updated their top 100 NBA list.
I noticed this too.
Two good old Thunder boys, Alex Caruso and Lou Dort, were ranked 85 and 86 respectively. I recognize my bias, as Lou Dort is my favorite player, but I find that placement crazy. Both are great players with similar roles whose main value is derived from their defense, which makes it hard for me to compare the two, but I can't see any world where Caruso is directly over Dort like that, especially considering Caruso's three-point decline since Chicago, his nagging hip injury, and the fact that Dort is the starter and Caruso ain't. It's a stupid list that doesn't matter, but please help me understand the Ringer's decision and give your thoughts on which player is better, boomer sooner. I'm firmly Lou Dort as far as this year has gone. What do you think?
This season, yeah, Lou Dort. But I think they really factor in history because, like, Portland, Tumani Kamara didn't make the list. But I think like Anthony Simons and Ayton might be on there. It's really like legacy heavy list, and so some of the placements are just absolutely nuts. So yeah, I didn't firmly in doesn't matter territory. The Ringer top 100. Let me see. What did I wrote down this complaint specifically. Oh, I just wrote no Tumani Kamara on the Ringer top 100. And there's just guys who are very clearly worse than Tumani Kamara on at the top of that or at the bottom.
Like who? I know Brown's 100. But I didn't take a look at like the back 10 or anything.
Brown who?
Christian Brown.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got to be above 100, right?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I accidentally scrolled.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So specifically this season, Christian Brown is like 50. He's like the best transition scorer in basketball and an okay 3-point shooter, and like their best defender and everything else. And it's just like, okay, cool. 100.
Like Jalen Duren is 94. Like Tumani Kamara is definitely better than Jalen Duren.
I don't know. I got to lock back in. The streets are coming back around on Duren during the Pistons win streak. So maybe I'm missing something. But we'll see.
Peyton Pritchard is 90. Denny is 91. Dylan Brooks is 92. Brooke Lopez 93. Tari Eason 97.
Brooke Lopez, that's tough.
Tons of Peyton Pritchard is not top 100, I don't think. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy placements on here.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Hunter is above both Caruso and Lou Dort.
Yeah, see, that's insane. Well,
and
it's
Bradley
insane.
Beal is.
It's insane it's insane to be like, oh, we're doing it's a historically based list, and then DeAndre Hunter gets to be that high because that's not why DeAndre Hunter has not been that good for that long.
Vooch is 79. Kobe White is 80. So yeah, don't look at
cool.
Garbage.
All right. Let me see. I'll do Noble Rays. Pumped Chet's back. What stood out the most to me is the Chet J-Dub minutes when Shea sits. Limited sample size, but the duo is at plus 40 net rating when Shea is on the bench. Do you guys have any thoughts here? Thank you, fellas, for all your hard work. I feel like...
Thank you.
You're welcome, first of all. Yeah, we do. It's the hardest job in the world. Being a single mom, or a stay-at-home mom, or a stay-at-home single mom. And then being a basketball podcaster, too.
This is the second hardest job I've ever done.
What's the first?
I was an essential worker during the pandemic.
Oh, what did you do?
I delivered packages for Amazon, and I did DoorDash.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yep.
I was a pizza delivery guy during the pandemic. So
Oh.
when are our medals coming for that?
I did get a T-shirt from Amazon that said "Delivery Hero." I was a hero.
Oh, I didn't get anything like that. And they never even let me drive the pizza truck either. I had to drive my own fucking car.
Did they? How was the gas situation as a delivery driver? I drove by a Domino's the other day, and they said free gas if you work for us. I was like, whoa, really? Maybe I'll do this in my free time.
I personally had to buy gas, but they reimbursed me a little bit. Like, I think...
Did you get paid per mile? I've had driving jobs where I got paid per mile.
Yeah, it was something like that. I did get reimbursed, and especially during the pandemic, gas was like $1.
Yeah, thanks Trump.
Yeah, thanks Trump. And now sleepy fucking Joe.
God.
Did you see him yelling at Zelensky today? I don't understand what they're saying, but I'm too stupid to I don't know, give a real opinion on the actual conflict outside of I know that like Russia is the aggressive bad person, I believe. But
I think Trump is like just do a ceasefire, and he's like, well, they keep all the land they took if we do a ceasefire now, and then so then it's okay.
Well, I just kept hearing Trump cutting him off, like in the most American fashion, cutting him off to like say euphemisms, to be like, no. You don't have the cards. It's like, dude, what? What the fuck? You don't have the cards. You don't have the cards. Stop talking.
I saw they were like, you complimented the other guy. Like they were mad about him saying something positive about Kamala or Biden, and they were like, yeah, look where that got you, and we want.
J.D. Vance crazy dick suck moment was just like Trump yelling for like 20 seconds straight, and then there's like a moment of silence, and J.D. goes, have you even said thank you once this whole meeting? It's just like, shut up, you fucking toddler, you fucking rosy cheek baby boy, shut the hell up. Oh my god. Yeah, as far as Chet and J-Dub goes, that's probably like that's the move. I mean, that's what's gonna have to work in the playoffs and everything. Like all these other additions you made this offseason of like, oh, Caruso, oh, Hartenstein, very supplementary moves that don't come, like, they don't matter that much if you still don't have anybody who can like cook with, if SGA's off the floor or they're forcing the ball out of SGA's hands.
And what stat did he give when Shea's off the court?
They're plus 40 in like a very limited sample size.
When J-Dub and Chet are together specifically?
I believe so, yes. But I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm not fact checking this guy, so it could be wrong.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, plus 40. That's a blowout win, you know?
Yeah, and so what this will be, it'll be a super important playoffs because we've been expecting J-Dub to take another leap. He kind of took a tiny step back offensively, but now he's going to be a part of What a Pro Wants commercial. Because we already saw the casting list. They need someone who looks like him. So that's going to be big. You can't stink it up. I feel like that might be what ruined Paul George's reputation initially. Is
the Gatorade commercial?
No OT tonight. And then
ball game. And then like he didn't. I swear before that he was like a very clutch player. Then after that came out, like he didn't hit a game winner or anything close for like months.
Man, people don't remember when Paul George first came on the scene. Oh, my furnace made a scary noise. What's going on?
Well, it's because it's evil and haunted, and it wants to get you.
Oh, wait, no. I think it was leaves blowing outside my door.
Oh, my God. Guys, go follow the Project 94 TikTok account, please. We need 502 followers, then we can make money off it.
Oh, well, that's not original content. Guys, report them for posting edited CapCut videos, okay?
That's not nice. The hell?
I think they don't do that to me anymore. There was a while where, like, even if I didn't use CapCut, they were like, everything you do is a ripoff. Nothing you make is original. You have to appeal every video that you filmed using our app. And if I used CapCut, then I would lose the appeal. But now I'm safe. But now I think they just decide to go after other people. Because I saw Theo Ash talking about it. Like, the videos that he films of his computer screen where he's doing film breakdowns, they're like,
yeah,
nice try, buddy.
Nice try, genius. I know you're talking. I know you're giving an opinion right now. We know this is you faking it.
You got this from Kuala Lumpur, probably.
God damn it.
Probably a TV
Rico
show
knows
there.
is at TikTok headquarters being like, that's fake, he's stealing.
Yep.
I said that first.
Yep. Oh, I haven't seen him in a long time. I need to tap back in.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep it pushing. If you left a Thunder thing beyond that, sorry. I'm not that sorry, but I am sorry.
I'm sorry. Look at me. I'm winning over the people. See, this is politics.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, yeah, you'll be a conservative then, and I'll be a Democrat. And so I'm not going to make anything better for anyone in any tangible way, but Pablo's really mean. He's a dick. And he's like homophobic and stuff too. Fuck. Your approach is people like you so much more. Shit.
I got Riz.
The Grizzlies 2-2. Fuck, in their last 4 games. I had to timestamp it, and I just pulled the cord. It probably made a crazy noise. My life is a disaster. Nah, just kidding. My life's all right. 38 minutes. The Grizzlies, they beat the Suns and the Magic. They lost to the Cavs and the Pacers. Big overtime comeback win against the Suns. They won like 151 to 149, something like that. I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, the Suns suck, and so going to overtime with them, not great, but it is what it is. Fuck it, we ball. You got the win anyways. We have 5 lobbyist requests here.
Oh.
Only going to get to 3 of them, baby. New rule just dropped.
New rule just dropped. You can't just add new rules out of nowhere. We just did.
Welcome to the show 2.0.
Yeah. So Pelicans fans are up for now. I don't even know the Suns fans are up. Honestly.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. So, what do you have on them?
So the Grizzlies are the only team this season to score 150 points in a game, which they've now done twice. They did it against the Raptors the day after Christmas. So big big numbers for the offense. Since per shot data began in the 96-97 season, 200 NBA players have attempted more than 10 career shots to either tie or take the lead with 2 or less seconds left in the fourth quarter or overtime. Basically, the clutch time shooting stat. Only 1 of 200 is shooting at least 50% on such shots.
Ja
that
Morant.
one player, Ja Morant. He does feel very clutch, which honestly I don't even know. Like, it's just as his career goes on, he'll miss. If you get in more and more of these situations, you're gonna miss. But he does make things happen a lot. And then last thing I have is Ja is off social media. He said, yeah, I hate it there. The only reason I'm on it still is because I have endorsements and stuff I got to post. I don't really want to be on there. Hopefully y'all enjoy it now, because when I hang it up, y'all won't see me no more. So, big W for Grizzlies fans. Guns are in private now.
Hey, that's the way they should be. Just tuck them away somewhere.
Just dancing and singing and waving it. No phone involved. No phones, just vibes.
No phones inside, just vibes, We're at the club. I'm throwing my Tech 9. We're playing catch with it. It's locked and loaded, It's hot. The safety's off. Nobody's got good trigger control. Nobody took Hunter's safety, And it's just vibes. No one's got their phone out. Where should we go? The first page. Grizzlies. As a member of GRIZZLIES. That's not bad.
Nice.
Okay, GRIZZLIES. We are very frustrated with the Stephon Castle Rookie of the Year narrative over Jalen Wells. Parentheses. And we might have to do something about it.
Oh shoot!
GRIZZLIES.
We're burning the ships.
Okay. It's probably just being a great perimeter defender gets overshadowed in general around the league. Donovan Mitchell said some nice things about Wells in a post-game interview recently. Maybe that will push the narrative. Wells is forced to have the toughest defensive assignment every night, from Curry to Markkanen, and knock down big shots in the clutch on a contending team. I think it's a long leash that Castle has on a tanking team, paints the picture of a high upside. Castle's a great player, though. Maybe I'm just a radical homer extremist. I don't think you are. To me, it seems like a lot of people just decided Stephon Castle was the guy, like a month and a half ago. And we haven't really had to have that discussion since. Jalen Wells is really good on a really good team. I don't know. To me, I would probably go with Wells, but I don't care either way. Rookie of the Year is a dumb fake award when it's not like a guy who's going to be a multiple-time All-Star. But yeah, I definitely don't think Stephon Castle's case is as overwhelming as some, as the general vibe around the award is, because it feels like he's just walking home with it right now.
So for Rookie of the Year especially, people straight up don't care about efficiency ever. They don't even bother mentioning it. And Stephon Castle did have a little good run here for a tiny bit. Source, we have Stephon Castle fans in here, and they
well,
said,
I think there's some Spurs, and so I don't want to be like Stephon Castle's ass or he's having a bad rookie season or anything. It's just it's kind of like when you say people don't care about efficiency. A lot of times, if someone plays bad for extended run, it doesn't matter even, much less inefficiently.
Because he had that stretch where he was 18 points a game on 57% true shooting or something like that.
That's canon. That's real.
The beginning of the season was bad. I'm looking at his last 5 games. So he played Houston 2 days ago. He dropped 22 on 22 shots.
Nice.
He dropped 4 on 4 shots. He dropped 2 on 10 shots. He dropped 12 on 9 shots. He dropped 10 on 12 shots. So, yeah, the offense is still very much a struggle. I think it's a combination of things. The Spurs are, even though they're both not huge markets, the Spurs are just a more visible team than the Grizzlies because they have pedigree and they have Wemby. And Stephon Castle is more visible than Jalen Wells because he was on a UConn national champion team. He was a way higher pick. I think people know Stephon Castle. General public probably still doesn't know Jalen Wells super well. And Stefan Castle also is a big-time intangibles guy. Like, if you talk to I think he's very well-liked by, like, coaching staffs and stuff. They're, like, a natural winner and stuff. So he just has a lot of things going for him that makes people want to like him. And he is a good defensive player already. But, yeah, I think Jalen Wells is definitely the better player this year and should be the no-brainer Rookie of the Year winner. But it's just, I don't know. It's just... He's never gotten the publicity.
Michael Caine tweeted, "Trump, calm down."
Michael Caine. He's alive, right?
Trump, calm down. Can't do it. But,
go, cause I can do these hoes.
We did Master Wayne, I failed you. We got a YouTube comment that was like, "Why are you guys so mean to your British fans?" And so for that, I'm sorry. Whatever I say about any other country's people, just know that the feelings I have towards Americans are much worse than whatever I'm saying about your country. Like the average American person. Oh my God. Do not get me started.
Yeah, and you guys got to realize, like, England is one of the few countries where, like, in history, you're the only guys who are a greater villain than us, like, so far. Well, maybe. There's probably some stuff in Asia going on.
I would say if we adjust for pace, if we're adjusting for pace, England is better. It's just that I feel like America... raw numbers wise, being a villain post-industrial revolution and everything, I feel like you're just able to get off so much more like evil and violence and everything.
Like there's a 3-point line now, nukes. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, like if the King of England had like a telephone back in the day and he could call people and be like, "Yeah, cut that guy's fucking hands off" or something, then I'm sure they would have been putting up similar numbers. It's just you had to get on a boat with a letter and get over there.
Yeah, so you guys are as evil as us, and then there's just stuff that we can make fun of, and listen, like you're better off than us because, like, for example, at least we don't have shootings at our schools. We make fun of you for how you guys say that, but it's true. You don't. It's incredibly true. You don't have to worry about getting shot in 7th grade.
Well, like if a guy walks into the movie theater funny in England, you're probably so much. If a guy walks into my theater and he doesn't immediately sit down, I'm like, "Oh, is this it? Am I good? Like, is it over?" Yeah. And you could get on a train and be in, like, fucking Paris or Spain in, like, 3 hours.
In one of the shires. Beautiful shire. You're like, we are like, should we get rid of rifles that can fire 1,000 shots in 0.2 seconds? No, God gave me that. And then in England, they're like, get rid of the zombie knives. Don't put a barrier so the trucks can drive down this road. It's like, we're in hell over here. So it's just.
The concept of there being actual juice in Fanta, like, really think about that. Like, the kind of
is that a problem? Oh wait, they'd have real juice in their Fanta?
Yeah, their Fanta looks like orange juice because there's real juice in there. But here, ours looks like an orange gummy bear or something. It's just like this insane color. So, yeah, I don't know. You guys are better off, and that's why we make fun of you. You know.
Yeah.
J Huff, shut up. J Huff fan club says enjoying some J Huff reverse dunks. Yeah, no, he's. I wish I could enjoy those. You know, that'd be cool. It'd be sick if I could. Hey, I wish I could enjoy those. Hey, wish I could enjoy
you don't
those.
Need them.
You know,
you wouldn't like them as much.
Hey, Denver Nuggets fan. I wish I could enjoy those. You know. Cunt Warlord says, Grizzlies. Hi, guys. Love the pod.
Hello.
Got a question about Memphis's playoff rotations and lineups. Wells and Edey both start at the moment. But I wouldn't really be comfortable with two rookies playing such crucial roles in a first-round series. Who would you guys have as the other two starters around Ja, Dez, and Jaren? I'm very Brandon Clark-pilled. Ooh, I just got a hiccup. but unsure about the small forward position. Would love to get your guys' input. So, Ja at the 1, Desmond Bain at the 2, Jaren Jackson at the 4, Brandon Clark at the 5. How big is Jalen Wells? He's like 6'6".
I believe that's right. He's somewhere around there. I'm gonna pull up his basketball reference. He's listed at 6'7".
Okay,
6'7".
You can play small forward as 6'7".
Yeah.
To me, I'm more comfortable. Edie, I get like being nervous about, it's like yeah, there are ways that this guy is like pretty straightforwardly schemed out of a series. But with Jalen Wells, I mean, we've seen rookies, like if you have a good rookie who is, how old is Wells? He was a several-year college guy, right?
Yeah, he's 21.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you think back to like Christian Brown, his rookie year, so like there's precedent for, especially on the perimeter, just like good defensive role players being able to survive in a playoff setting. I'm really not that worried about him. Especially like that's not one of my big concerns with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and I don't really know who a viable replacement would be, because Vince Williams, he's only played 9 games since he came back.
Yeah, that sucks.
He's not shooting super well, and he's tiny. He's 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he would be the answer. And I mean, they lost LaRavia. So I don't know if there is another viable option. GG again, like he hasn't played super well since he came back, right? He hasn't, and he doesn't. He's just probably not as proven in general as Jalen Wells, and he's younger. So I think I'm riding the Jalen Wells till the wheels fall off. Now, Edie, I think you could say is matchup dependent. You'll see what goes on there. Maybe you borrow the Lakers' Jokic shutting down strategy, and you just park him in front of Jokic the whole time with his hands up to keep passes away. I don't know. We'll see.
That wouldn't work.
I don't know. It might work. It might shut him down.
Wouldn't
because
work.
you know he's a national. Wait, did they win, or did they lose? They won, right? National championship.
Edie?
Yeah. Did he beat?
No, didn't he get embarrassed every year? Wasn't that his whole defining characteristic as a playoff player in college?
Oh, I'm thinking the national championship was Purdue versus Louisville versus DJ Burns, but no, it was versus UConn. He got beat by Klingon.
Kling Kong, baby. Okay. You want to keep it pushing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me timestamp this bitch. Timestamp that hoe. What are we on? 52? Okay.
Should we make a timestamp sound effect?
Maybe. What would you want it to be?
I don't know. Maybe a stamp noise.
Something like that. Oh my god, I just got flashbacks. I had to take a music class when I was in college, like not like learning to sing or play an instrument, but like going back like music of the people around the world or something. And there was this one like lesson where this guy went into like a post office in Africa or Australia or somewhere, and he just recorded them
7 continents
doing the stamps, like, and they were doing, it was like an a cappella type thing, and they were whistling while they worked, and it was kind of fun.
That happened in Phineas and Ferb, remember?
Well,
You're
ain't
saying
got rhythm.
that I ain't got rhythm.
Yeah.
Did you see what you're doing right there? With that stamp in a book, you got a real nice hook. Mister, you got rhythm times 10.
Nice.
Has your girlfriend tried that at the library?
Yeah, there's too many homeless people. They don't sing.
They need music.
maybe they should start that. Start trying to do a flash mob.
Hey, you're the big sing guy, right? Is that the movie?
What do you mean? That's completely different.
That's the prison singing movie, and so they're in a bad environment, but singing brings them joy. And so when you're homeless and the library is the only reprieve, singing brings them joy.
Yeah. Libraries here are kind of, they have like their own police force. It's crazy.
Real? Are they state funded? Who funds that?
I have no idea.
Do they have guns?
No, they don't have guns. They're like mall cops, kind of. Like they're like they're like security officers or whatever. But it's just a very weird presence to see in a library. Just come around the corner and there's like a guy with like a vest on and stuff. Okay, let's do the Nuggets. 2-2 in their last 4. Beat the Hornets and the Pacers. Lost to the Lakers and the Bucks. I think I'm just going to try to enjoy the rest of the regular season. I think that's probably the vibe with the Nuggets for me this far. So the Lakers loss, sad. It's sad, but the cope that I saw from other Nuggets fans, I did not take this angle because I thought it was fucking lazy and dumb. But like, it's literally their game 7. They were trying so hard to stop Jokic. They had the perfect game plan. JJ Redick literally came out and said he was planning it all week. It was their Super Bowl.
Their miracle on ice.
Yeah, exactly. And then to come out and lose also to like Kyle Kuzma is just like, oh damn. Okay, well this wasn't his game 7, and they still won, and so yeah. It just I don't know. The Pacers loss was pretty cool. Like the Pacers are playing well, but I don't really feel like this is a super serious team lately.
So did you see the Thinking Basketball video about?
It came up on my timeline, but I just decided mental health day. I'm not watching it.
Yeah. So do you think is that a template other teams can replicate going forward? And basically, for anybody who didn't see the game or didn't see the video, they basically just devoted like at least 2 or 3 guys to denying Jokic the pass, like the entry pass at all, just full on ball denial. We're just not going to let this guy get the ball in the first place.
I mean, I guess like it's a template to some degree. I do feel like that specific approach, like Jokic would solve over the course of a 7-game series against the Lakers or whoever else. Like and Malone too. Like when we think back to Hawk Tua. When we think back to the Wolves series when Malone had Aaron Gordon start bringing the ball up the court so that Jamal Murray didn't have to fucking dribble against McDaniels. Like they're over the course of series where they encounter problems, the Nuggets have been pretty good at like figuring them out. But I think a lot of like fully beating that kind of thing would depend on shot making and just a level of like roster talent that they aren't. I'm not like super sold on. They haven't really displayed. Like sure, Jamal Murray played really well when they beat like lottery teams 9 times in a row, but can we get like 10 games where it's like Michael Porter Jr., incredible volume 3-point shooting. Jamal Murray looks like his classic self. Aaron Gordon looks back defensively. And then even on top, even if you get all that, it's like, does the Russell Westbrook thing work in the playoffs on top of everything else, which is a question mark,
Yeah. So Jokic in that Lakers game had 12 points on only 7 attempts. I really am not worried about that over the course of an entire series.
Yeah.
Because once he knows it's coming, this is the greatest passer ever, and you're leaving guys like Michael Porter Jr. completely wide open. I guess you could gamble on them going cold over the course of a whole series, but like I just don't think that that's super viable. The more guys you dedicate to Jokic, the more are just going to have wide open shots. And even if they're not making their threes, I'm sure you could take advantage of that in some other way. And yeah, I just don't think that there's a way you can realistically solve him over the course of a series.
And I would also say in the Lakers game, he did not like make a point to like really throw his weight around at all or very much. Like and obviously that could have gone either way. Like maybe they call offensive fouls as often as they call people for fouling him, or even I don't know. But like the strategy kind of relies on Jokic being like, okay, there's people here. That means I can't move in this direction, even though the people preventing him from moving are often like 40 pounds lighter than he was or whatever. And so if I don't know. There's different approaches that you could take to solving it, but it was super effective in this game. So like I don't want to just glaze over that either. It was a good win for the Lakers for sure.
Yeah, I think going forward we're getting to a point where there's just not gonna be any such thing as like your defensive strategy. You're going to just employ like 20 different like possession to possession. It's just going to change constantly. And so this is definitely something you could work in sometimes. Like if someone's having an off night, just be like, believe him. Let's just go hardcore. We're going to hardcore ball denial every 4 possessions or something like that. But if you just try the same thing over and over, it's going to get exploited and worn down. And I almost feel like maybe the most effective way to go after these like superstar players might be the opposite. Might be and people have gotten killed doing this before, but like just force him to do everything himself. Just take away the passing and just make him, because even when he's killing you by himself, like we saw him kill Rudy Gobert when they tried this. He could drop like 50 on Rudy Gobert. It's tiring to do that, and then you attack him on the other end defensively. That can wear you down.
Well, I think they also lost the 53 against the Suns the year they won the title. He had 53 points in a playoff game. I'm pretty sure he lost that one too. And so it's like, there's definitely some merit to that kind of approach. And then on the defensive end, this team is just like, like the ceiling here. It would be barely livable. Like I don't really. Against a lot of different teams, it's scary, but specifically against the Lakers, when you have 2 guys who can just completely flip the floor with like a skip pass, everybody's immediately out of position. It's it's not ideal for sure. So yeah, the win against the Pacers, I wrote this down. It was their only win against a team with a record above 500 in the last. How many days do you think it's been?
Their only win against a team above 500 in the last. Well, now I'm thinking it's going to be a lot. 20?
44 days.
Wait, the Nuggets only win against a team above 500 in the last 40 days?
44.
44 days?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
The last one, I believe. So this might be a little funky depending where the Kings are at now. When I wrote this stat down, they were exactly at 500. And then going back before that, their last win against a team above 500 was the Mavericks without Luka or Kyrie or any of the people post-trade, obviously. And so, yeah.
I did write down they're 13-15 against teams with winning records. But really, on the bright side, there's only 2 teams, I think, that are really like killing at least in the Western Conference, that have a good record against winning
Who's
teams.
That?
Everyone's kind of stinking it up. OKC and Houston. I think Houston's like 20-15.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's fair. I don't know. I don't want to be a doomer. It's just like there are like I don't know. To me, I just look at this team and I do see flaws that if Jokic was not the best player in the world, a lot of people would be like, this puts like a hard cap on this team. And so maybe era defining player makes that cap disappear or whatever, but I'm just not sure. We have what do we got? 1, 2, 3 lobbyist requests. But one of them is fucking a paragraph long. So let me get this. The first page, Paul George taking a break from his podcasting got me thinking. Have you guys seen MPJ's Curious Mike podcast? There's an episode that still haunts me from about a year ago. MPJ had on Bruce Brown's girlfriend and famous adult actress Lana Rhoades. 23 minutes into the episode, Lana is talking about male porn actors who develop intense fetishes and mentions, I've met guys who like to get peed on or buy cookies with poop in them, which MPJ, parentheses, seemingly unfazed by her statement, smiles and points at her saying, yes, honestly, I know what you're talking about, and proceeds to explain how a lot of NBA players are desensitized from regular sex because they hook up with so many beautiful Instagram models that they start to develop crazy sexual behavior, like having sex with dudes. Oh, it got me thinking. Are there players missing games due to consumption of poop cookies? Which players are eating these turd snacks? Does the league need to step in and crank down on these sexual deviants? Or is it helping their performance on the floor in some way? Why is MPJ interviewing a retired Homeland Security special agent about the Diddy and Epstein case? Shouldn't Mike be more curious about how to pass the ball to his teammates? Sorry, there's a lot to unpack here, but my real sorry, none of these were real questions. Okay. Thank you for that. Do you gentlemen notice podcasting affecting your performance in your everyday life? I remember joestar saying he plays a little pickup basketball, for example. Well, not any fucking more. I tore my ACL. I don't know if you were here for that, Mr. LaFirst Page. But day-to-day life, I don't know. Podcasting is my performance. My whole life's consistent, you know?
Yeah, basketball-wise, I also haven't played in like a year because I had a friend who wasn't able to play anymore, and I didn't want to play without him. Solidarity. And also I moved away from where I had a membership, a YMCA membership, and so
Nice.
yeah, I can't. I haven't even shot around, and I don't know where the empty parks would be. But yeah, let's start a conspiracy that the Jordan flu game was a poop game. He was eating poop the night before.
Jordan turd game.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was eating poop.
My favorite part of the Last Dance is when they talk about the guys who delivered the pizza being like, it's like they're describing the Men in Black, where it's like, it was two guys, both were wearing, full suits and sunglasses, and they said, "Pizza for Mr. Jordan. Yummy pizza for Mr. Jordan." And then they ran away into the shadows. And Mike ate it, and then he shit all over the place. So, poopy pizza?
And no, he ordered it with poop. Yep, because he's gay.
Nice. Okay.
Did he order it under his own name?
I don't think so. I think it was like it just kind of word got out that that's where he was staying.
You know what I was thinking about? That's funny that it hasn't caught up to it didn't come up in the We Done with the 90s thing, but like it could definitely spread with TikTok people, and the older generation are lucky that they don't bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
Is the game that the Dream Team lost to all the college kids, and then in the documentary, Coach K is like, "We threw the game," or it's like a big part of the documentary where they're like, "We threw the game." Chuck Daly threw the game. It was strategic. It was to motivate these guys. That's not how that works. Like, I get he might have not put in Michael Jordan at the end of the game. Yeah. You're still supposed to be the most OP team ever. This is the greatest team ever assembled in sports.
If Cody Martin is playing a team full of college kids, he's supposed to win.
He's playing guys who didn't even stick in the NBA, like Bobby Hurley and stuff like that. And so, like, the fact that that's really just, that's the biggest contrast. That perfectly shows the contrast between sports media then and sports media now. We have guys like Joel Embiid is a career loser. Like, he sucks, and I hate him, and he was never actually good. The Dream Team lost to guys who weren't NBA players, and it was a smart loss. It was a strategic. Yeah. It was all part of 4D chess plan, and it was good that they did it because it actually made them greater to do that.
Yeah. So, long story short, Michael Jordan eats poop. Hoya says, it seems like there's some real hate surrounding Denver's branding as the Mile High City. In light of that, I would like to suggest some new Nuggets lobby names which do not directly reference the altitude of Denver. We have Denver. I said Denver. God damn it.
The altitude of Denver.
The altitude of Denver. You try reading, pal. It's not easy. Ski Bum Super Pack. That's fine. At Altitude Assembly. That's okay. Ball Arena Brethren. The Flatirons.
Wait, the altitude literally, there's altitude.
At Altitude Assembly. So
didn't he say he wasn't going to talk about it?
Oh, yeah, it says does not directly reference the altitude of Denver. Okay, so he did mess that up already. The Ball Arena Brethren, the Flatiron Filibusters, and the Low Oxygen Lobbyists. There's got to be some. Ball Arena is a defense contractor, so you can work that in somehow.
The Ball is a defense contractor?
Yeah, you thought they made mason jars, huh?
I thought they were making the basketball for the games.
No, dude, they're making ball missiles. Yeah.
Yo.
That was another thing Trump said in the meeting. He was like, Biden gave you promises. I gave you javelins. And I was like, shut up, you fucking loser. God damn it. Yeah, so also it has been said that Zeke Najee's contract is one of the worst non-max deals in the league. Does his recent month or so of play knock him out of this conversation? He has been looking like a serviceable rotation guy to me these past 10 or so games. All love from 5280 Hoya. No, probably not. If he played like that for a full season, that would be dope.
He shut
and cool.
down Paolo, dude, and he played good defense against someone else.
He shit down Paolo.
Did they try him on Luka?
They tried him on LeBron, and
did it work?
No.
Well, it's LeBron. Come on,
It's LeBron. It's literally the guy.
not canon.
Yeah, he was trying his ass off though. I'll say that. His contract, he tries hard. So
Now, there's worse ones out there, like the one Josh Giddey is about to get.
yes, Adam Boudreaux. Are my Nuggets the biggest frauds in the league? Genuinely can't remember their last meaningful win over a good team. I do. Maybe there is a case for biggest frauds because, like, I feel like most teams. Do any teams have the I don't know, floor that Denver has if like they can play some shit basketball against good opponents? But like still get all of the respect that Denver does? I feel like there might be a case for frauds because like a lot of the other, I don't know, candidates are just teams that people don't believe in outright, like maybe the Rockets or something.
It's really just best player factor. They have the best guy, and also we saw him do it once. They haven't played like that since. But if they just played like that, I've seen it happen. So. That's a factor as well. I don't know, like who else is at the top? Everyone else at the top is like mostly unproven, or it's like the Celtics and Thunder, and they're just not losing. Maybe you could argue biggest frauds. I don't know. Someone in the East is always the biggest fraud. But as far as the record goes, like I don't know. I still feel like Denver might be more of a real team than the Lakers.
I guess we'll see. All right, let's go Rockets. Let me timestamp. 1:11.
It's crazy the Lakers are here in the standings.
How? Well, first, wait, are they above the Rockets now?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't reorganize my standings thing. So, okay.
They're
the Lakers
the fourth
then.
Seed.
What are? Let me. Fuck! I dropped the ball on this. Now I'm all out of whack.
Drop the ballerina.
Drop the ballerina.
So that was a reference to our previous segment where we were talking about the.
It's a reference to John from the universe of John Wick Ballerina, where Ana de Armas, she's an assassin. So the Lakers are 4-0 in their last 4 games. They've beaten the Blazers, the Nuggets, the Mavericks, and the Wolves. Honestly, pretty good stretch of hoops for them. I mean, what do you think?
Well, first off, we had a little pause there, so we might be on lag. We'll see.
I don't give a fuck.
It
I don't
might
care.
have caught up. Well,
I'm
a
real guy like that. I'm cool.
Oh,
you know?
Okay. Yeah, they've really only got one normal Luka game so far from him, and that was against the Nuggets.
Wonder who that was. Oh, cool. Sweet. Thank God Luka's still good. I was worried about that.
Yeah. So Fraudka Deichich could still be in play. So we'll see. Something to monitor.
Nico 3D Chess Harrison could still be in play.
Another thing they're monitoring on.
I said 3D. That's normal chess. 3D chess.
Not for Nico. He's playing like the computer games for kindergartners, so it's 2D,
nice.
like cartoony.
Okay.
You just got pwned, Nico. We saved that one.
Yeah, Nico, you dumb bitch.
Are they on NBA Twitter? Because I'm on Blue Sky now.
Yeah.
I'm a Blue Sky guy. Are they talking about Luka's yellow liquid? They're talking a lot about it on Reddit.
Not a whole lot of liquid talk. You want to elaborate?
So Luka's been drinking a yellow liquid.
Michael Jordan following in the footsteps.
We don't know what it is. And we do know he loves lemonade, though. Is he drinking lemonade during the games?
I will
mixed
say,
with sweet tea?
Walking around with a thermos of Arnold Palmer is so funny as a professional athlete. Just
what? So they said lemonade mixed with sweet tea. Are they just not willing to drop the name Arnold Palmer specifically?
He's got
or is he making it himself?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure.
But walking around with it, you were saying?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, it's just fun. like that Nico Harrison was like, "What's in there?" And Luca's like, "Nothing." He's like, "Well, what's in there?"
Water.
Lemonade. Leave me
get
alone.
a sip.
Oh man.
And they mention hookah every time. They're like,
Yeah.
this fat guy loves hookah. There was another story they put out 2 days ago talking about how fat he is. It's crazy. But yeah, so he's been drinking this mysterious yellow liquid. It could be yellow Gatorade, or it could be something else. We'll see. But LeBron, since turning 40 years old, 26 and I don't think this includes the latest game they played. Since turning 40 years old, 26, 8 and 8, 1 steal, half a block, 64% true shooting. We're seeing something. We're seeing a little second wind with both LeBron and Steph, where they just got a new guy around him that well, I guess is bogus to Anthony Davis. But they just had a new guy around him who reinvigorated them, and they're like, hey, I kind of feel like I maybe have a chance to win. Let me turn this up. Let me play better basketball.
Yeah, LeBron's been playing insane. Luka, so all I wrote down team play-wise, they grind out a win over the Wolves, which was pretty crazy from the Wolves' perspective. They get the revenge Luka game where he had a good first quarter, and then he did a lot of impact stuff for the rest of the game, which is code for like 20 points on like 5 of 18 shooting or something. And then the Nuggets game where, I mean, that was like a huge emotional win for them. I bet it felt very good. JJ Redick was pretty open about the importance of it all, and so yeah, I don't know. When you say like there's a world where the Nuggets are a more serious team, I guess so. I just don't know, like what about the Lakers' play lately jumps out as like fake to you, or is it just like maybe LeBron gets hurt or something?
It's just like I can see the vision in a playoff series where it's a constant parade to the rim for other teams. Then there's like not a real guy there to stop it, and they just get picked on, and they have to like win shootouts, you know.
Yeah, which I mean I think they're pretty well equipped to do, but
Yeah.
I get like, yeah, at the same time, you know, at that point if you're the team that's like building a spot in the rotation for Jared Vanderbilt or Gabe Vincent who's having an off series or something, then yeah, winning a shootout is not a guarantee, even if you have those top 2 guys. So, yeah, we have 4 lobbyist requests here. The first one is Alex saying, Lakers, how many games until the defense is real? It'll never be real unless they win the championship.
It'll never be real.
So,
until,
infinity.
Unless, yeah, idiot.
Yeah, what a stupid question. God, give this guy his money back. Come on.
No, charge him more.
You're a $7.50 guy now. Subscribe on your iPhone.
Yeah, cancel and go to Apple and resubscribe, buddy. You've been demoted.
You've been demoted. Buddha Monk says, as a Lake Show enjoyer, how do you guys make sense of their recent defensive turnaround? Oh, I forgot they did a One Piece night this week too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't like that they're doing the cool stuff. They've also done a Le Seraphim collab. But
Luffy
cool
wouldn't even fuck with you.
Yeah,
you're the world
you're the
government.
Celestial Dragons guys.
Sorry. Frankie wouldn't even fuck with you. Take the jersey off. Oh my God, that made
honestly though, I guess they are sort of like Alabasta or one of these kingdoms that's like a family has been ruling it for like a million years, as opposed to like Miriam Adelson and all the rest of these corporate freaks in the NBA. But still, you guys are evil. So,
So how do we feel about the defensive turnaround? Trading D'Lo for Dorian Finney-Smith and getting Vando back helps, but it feels like the group has been a bad to mid on that end since the bubble. Did a podcaster really expose Darvin's scam, or are the guys just trying extra hard to impress their new favorite body positivity shit-talking Slovenian? Probably a blend of the two, where part of it is definitely just like locked in. They are trying extremely hard.
Very high motor, which again is something that I think like I don't know if you could count on. You could count on Jared Vanderbilt's motor going forward, but LeBron, I mean, he's 40. Maybe he could do it. And then Luka right now is peak fat media coverage. This lazy fat, he doesn't play defense. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try a little harder.
Yeah, I don't know. I see both sides of it. Where I'm like, I'm not gonna say it can't work just because it requires them to try hard, but I do think there's not a ton of wiggle room for anybody to take a step back on the motor front, where, like, when you talk about a parade to the rim, no matter how hard the other four guys are trying, if you do have a guy who's, like, taking a possession off, it's like, okay, well, that really compromises the defense. We don't have a lot else to work with here. And so I feel like I'll give it like 65, 70% real. And then the other part of it is just like, this feels like the style of defense they're locked into. And so if they come into like a bad matchup with it, it's like, hey, there's no front court. Mark Williams, he's gone. Jackson Hayes is bad or whatever, even though he's been like, I don't know, passable. But yeah, overall, there's still some questions, but I'm feeling better about it than I was like right when the Luka trade happened. I thought it would be disastrous, and to even get this is way more than I expected.
I think there are definitely matchups that I would be like, okay, maybe they can win. Just by virtue of the size. I still think the size is a factor. And I do like some of the pieces. Like I like Rui and Dorian Finney-Smith as defenders and stuff like that. And LeBron still is a positive defender. But ultimately, I just think it's personnel. I'm not going to bet on a team with that big situation. I mean, before is Jokic is like the first bad defensive big, and he's not even that bad. Like he's kind of bad. Mm-hmm. Well, it's complex.
When the infrastructure's in place, he's pretty good. But this year, in the Bucks game, he was terrible.
Yeah, and they like to bring him out of the paint as well, and have others cover for him. But before then, it's kind of been dogma that you can't really win. Like, would this be the worst center rotation to ever win a championship? I don't know.
Whose backup was that? I think it literally was DeAndre Jordan still for the Nuggets. And so, I mean, talent-wise, if we're like dropping the defensive part of it and just talking about, ability, yeah, probably the worst front court rotation to ever win if they pulled it off. But I don't know. I still feel like we're a ways from that conversation. Okay.
By the way, Bill Simmons yesterday on his podcast, I was watching last night, and he was talking about how the level of talent has grown and how the teams are so much better these days, which I do agree with. But he was like, remember that Raptors team that won the championship? They wouldn't even be good today. They'd be bad. I'm like, what? That's a weird example to pick. That's
an insane example to pick.
Yeah, that's a very bizarre example, which, to be fair, the rest of that offense outside Kawhi really struggled in the playoffs that year, and he did like massive offensive carry job, but still, that's still a team that would be a contender. That's a team that simultaneously they would have never won the championship if the Warriors were healthy. It wasn't close, but they were still like a normal, really
in a
good
non-Warriors
team.
NBA, like the vibes around them would have been. Yeah. Like if you compare, I don't know, it's like compare them to the Celtics or the Thunder. There's pros and cons to every matchup. I don't know if they're for sure winning, but to say they wouldn't even be good is insane.
Their big rotation would definitely hold up. Like that old
Ibaka and
Marc Gasol who could shoot.
My God.
Siakam's
as big as like a lot of teams. Like people are rolling out Siakam's at center like regularly these days.
And Kawhi is huge. And and they had OG and went out for the playoff run, but still.
Shout out to Boucher.
And Kyle Lowry, peak defensive Kyle Lowry. So that team would still be a major problem.
All right. Jeff Knight says, are title hopes this year real for the Lakers? Do they have a chance if Luka is consistent but doesn't go on a nuclear playoff run like if we get Luka from the Clippers series last year in every round of the playoffs? What is the ceiling? Also, when is Jack going to drop his Oscars special? It's already live over on Turd Sesh. So
it's on Turd Sesh.
Sorry, you might plug your nose when you go over there, but it was a good time. It was fun. As far as like real title hopes, I would say you'd probably need like classic Luka for the title hopes to be alive here. If you got mid Luka, you could win a playoff series. But I don't think LeBron 100%, 100 miles an hour for 4 full playoff rounds. Don't know how sustainable that is. And even if you were getting that LeBron to beat OKC, like you would still probably like Luka can't just be okay.
We're gonna need those graphics, the 2016 graphics of Kyrie and LeBron. We're gonna need that with LeBron and Luka, and we're gonna need something great. We're gonna need like something like, oh, they tried Jared Vanderbilt at center, and he's doing a really good job, or something, something crazy.
Jared Vanderbilt doubling up Chet Holmgren in rebounds.
Yeah, I think you're not like completely like, it'll still be fun to watch them in the playoffs because you're like, ooh, get LeBron and Luka anywhere, it'll be feisty. So you're not like dead in the water versus like the Bucks are probably like, we're screwed no matter what.
Yeah.
But I guess even they have Giannis and Dame. Who's the best team that is like 0 chance you're winning, like at all, like not even one?
I mean, I don't
like, even someone like the Rockets. I'm like,
I think the Rockets are probably where that conversation starts. Yeah.
It's got to be someone in the like Detroit. Detroit.
Okay.
It's like, it's not happening.
Yeah. Let's do Rockets.
Watch Detroit win now. That'd be epic.
They're gonna second night of a back-to-back for Denver, where they already fucking. It should be a fun game though. Okay. 125. Let's call it 126. The Rockets 3-1 in their last 4. They beat the Spurs, the Bucks, the Wolves. They lost to the Jazz. I don't have anything about them. I don't have that much about the Clippers either. So we could bang these two out real quick.
So Men Thompson had a huge game against the Spurs. 25 points, 83% shooting, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. Wow! And
He's literally
also
the best player on the team.
Men Thompson strangled Giannis.
He did. That was crazy. I forgot about that. He fucking body slammed him.
Are we learning Men Thompson anger issues guy? Is he the next Draymond Green? Because, and it was also like, I think Giannis just like beat him off the dribble, and it was just pure frustration foul. Like, I don't think anything led up to it. And after the game, Giannis was like, "Yeah, I don't care. We're cool." But it was still pretty hardcore. And so after the Tyler toss and now the Giannis grab, the Giannis grab, I'm worried about him. Men Thompson.
Was that like a Giat play?
Well, just double G's, because Tyler toss is alliteration, so I went for that.
Giannis grab. Okay.
Yeah,
See, I thought it was like G-Y-A. Giannis. Something like that.
Yeah, because you're brain rotted, because you're 05. Embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and there was an interesting Şengün discussion going down in the Rockets subreddit, because they were talking about his touch being off. They were like, why does he blow so many shots I used to see him make? And so everyone was talking about it. And there were some good points raised. And I did check, his percentages are down for literally everywhere. His rim percentage is still 63%. And for the type of center he is, he's not supposed to be like 70 or whatever, but still it's lower than he has been, and so it's not ideal. And there were some good explanations, and so he does. We've talked about this dynamic before over the course of the season. He has to play more defense this year, and not only does he have to be more locked in on defense, they do play a very energy expensive style with him, where he has to get out and pressure people, and he has to move around a lot. So he is tired. He is more tired. He's expending way more energy on that end. He did lose a lot of weight to make this style possible, and he's gotten in better shape. But that also may have come with a cost, because one of his best physical traits as far as like post scoring and stuff was his strength. He was, and even on drives, like he was very capable of dislodging people, moving them out of the way, and creating after that initial. But like I used to talk about how he was sort of Zion-esque, where it's like as soon you can't take his bump and go up with him because he's that kind of guy, and so that his like he lost 16 pounds, I think, so. That could really impact that part of his game. And he also has a higher self-creation burden this year. And so last year, 65% of his shots were assisted on. This year, only 49%. So he's had to do it on his own. So it really might just be a confluence of factors where he's got to do more on his own. He's got to play harder on defense. And he's got a new body that he's still figuring out how to work with. And that's all culminated in not the greatest offensive year. So
yeah,
Shengooners, we don't be disbanded.
Hold.
Stand. What did Trump say to the Proud Boys?
Stand by, stand gay.
Oh,
that's what he said. I'm sorry.
Guys, fact check that.
Hey, I already did. Well, we don't do fact checks anymore. And we're scaling back our DEI as well.
What? Am I out?
No, you can stay.
Okay.
Who
Who's
should
out
we?
then? Who's out?
I don't know. Who do you want to pick a patron?
Oh, pick a patron?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's see. We'll go Josh Lerman.
Oh, Josh, they're going after the straight one. Yeah, I don't know. He might not be straight. Who's to say? And that's okay. We have to scale back the initiatives to comply with everything. And so, sorry, I don't have anything on the Rockets. But everything you said makes sense. All that jumped out to me was, it is crazy how skinny Jokic got while remaining as strong, like 100% strength still. And so that's. I don't know. I figure that'll come back to Şengün. Like, I don't think that's something that just completely abandons you. Similar with the touch. But as far as, like, their hopes this season, it does kind of put a damper on things.
Yeah. And
okay.
Şengün is also a little tinier than
Jokic.
Yeah.
All right, we have no requests for them. So, the thrusters are quiet.
Houston?
We have silence.
Yeah.
Clippers 3-1 in their last 4. They beat the Bulls. They lost to. Oh wait, they're 1-3 in their last 4. They beat the Bulls. They lost to the Pistons, Pacers, and Bucks. So
they were almost going to lose to the Bulls until Harden dropped 20 in the third quarter. Woo!
Yay! We have one request for them whenever you're done.
Norm Powell has been out for 4 straight games with a sore foot.
Fuck.
So isn't that interesting? They lose games when Norm Powell is out.
Storm and Norman.
Yeah, all-star. And Kawhi also missed 2 games over this stretch with a sore foot. It's his first injury. First injury since. I'm open. Guys, get some foot rubs. Get some masseuses over to that foot ASAP. As a Clipper, Ben Simmons has 22 assists and 2 turnovers. So that's working out well for him. Bogdanović, pretty up and down. He shot 1 of 12 from 3 against Detroit. They posted, you know what they posted in the Clipper sub?
What?
They posted that JFK would have been safe if Bogdanović was the shooter. But then
that's real creative. Wow. Never heard that before. Guys, pick a different assassination. Let's go.
Then he was 4 or 5 against the Bulls from 3, so he's still figuring it out. It's kind of weird to see him in the jersey.
Yeah. Shout out to Terrence Mann. What was I gonna say? Christopher 4. Hey, y'all. East Coast.
Where is Terrence Mann now?
Atlanta. He's in Magic City with Lou Will, baby. Hey, y'all. East Coast Clippers fan here. Would y'all consider the season a success from the Clippers? We've seen Norm Powell essentially lock up most improved from the jump, and we dodged the podcast P-bullet, but I still feel a little murky about how to feel about this team, their immediate future, and their long-term future. Long-term future is fucked. It's fucked. Well, like, I feel like it's been such a sick season from the Clippers in terms of, like, finding ways to have fun that everyone forgets it was totally valid coming into this season to be like, they have the worst future in the NBA. Like, it's over for them. The fact that you didn't give Paul George that contract, good. Based. That you're on top in that regard. The fact that Norm Powell's cooking, that's cool. I think that when you talk about the immediate future, this rise of Norm Powell as this caliber of player, it definitely like emboldens the future a little bit. Like, it makes me faster to be confident in their like matchups against certain teams or whatever. But overall, it's just like, you know, it's probably like everything still boils down to healthy Kawhi. Everything would still boil down to James Harden being really good in the playoffs. Everything, yeah, it's just, just have fun. Just, you know, why you gotta fucking ask these serious questions, man? Just have fun.
Yeah, big picture, still bad. Small picture, this year was supposed to be way worse, but we have healthy Kawhi now, and he's looking like he's looking better than Paul George, we should say.
Mm-hmm.
We have healthy Kawhi. We have the Norm Powell jump. We have Harden, the system. With good Harden basketball, even though he's declined. You have a surprise, one of the best defenses, the best defense Terrence Mann ever played on. And your new stadium is a hit. Everyone, at least from the players' side. Do the fans like it? I don't know. They might.
I think they do. I think it's pretty popular.
Yeah. So this year, you racked up a micro W. Macro, you're still taking an L. Are they?
They don't own their first round pick until 2030.
2030. Okay.
It's like, well, there's like swaps or shit attached to everything that they own before 2030. It's crazy. Coming into this season, the narrative around was like, damn, if the Clippers suck, they're going to hand OKC like the 11th pick in the draft. This is crazy. And now it's just that OKC is so insulated with so much draft capital. It's like, that didn't happen. The Clippers are actually pretty damn good. And we're just getting that with the Philadelphia 76ers instead.
So are they in a worse spot in a macro sense than the Suns? Because the Suns can get something for Kevin Durant and for Devin Booker. They could theoretically get their pick back this year from the Rockets, if they wanted to. The Clippers, they don't really have anyone with trade value, do they? Because even Kawhi, I don't know if anyone really is going to sink a lot into him. And I don't know if Norm Powell has any kind of trade value either. And James Harden definitely doesn't. So they're kind of, they might even be more locked in than the Suns to trying to stay competitive.
Yeah, with the Suns, I don't know. It's a blend of things where it's probably, I don't know. It's tough just because with the Suns, you have like the Bradley Beal thing on top of you the whole time, where it's like, this is just.
He's good now, though.
I mean, no, he's not. Stop. It's not funny anymore.
I don't know. We'll see when we get to the Suns segment. We'll see.
Okay. Well, it's just good vibes down with the Suns for sure. Yeah, that's the leading story is how well Bradley Beal's playing. Yeah. I would say the Suns are probably in a worse spot, just vibes wise, because they're gonna like lose Kevin Durant for nothing. Whereas I don't know. The vibes of it all was just like coming into this year, the Suns were super hopeful, and their spirits have been dashed against the harsh rocks of reality. And the Clippers coming into this year were super apprehensive, and now the vibes rock, even though both teams are kind of in a similar situation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it pushing. I don't have shit else on the Clippers. Blomp just commented on something. I'm not reading that, Blomp. Sorry, bro.
Yo.
Should have gotten that shit in earlier.
Yo,
get dunked on. 138. Goddamn. What are we at now? Oh, the Warriors. A fun team. Hooray. They're 4-0. Last 4 games, they beat the Magic, the Hornets, the
Booyah.
Mavs, and the Kings. But I misspelled Magic in my notes, so it looks like they beat the Magi.
Nice.
Did anything happen with the Warriors this week?
Steph Curry dropped 56 on the Magic last night. It
Holy
was
crap.
pretty nasty. I was losing my mind, though, because the Magic camera angle, how often do they do that? I don't know.
I'm not sure what you're. I was watching Severance while this was happening. I was double screening it, and so
I tuned in at after in the third quarter when I got the alert that he was going crazy. I turned on the Magic broadcast. They're zoomed in heavily. It's like the guy with the ball and the guy guarding him on the frame. I was like, I can't wait till.
Well, that's all that's important, you know.
I can't wait till this camera angle's over.
Especially with Steph. It's good to see the guy who has the ball and the guy who's guarding him, because Steph, he always has the ball in his hands. That's that's his defining characteristic.
Yeah, basketball's just so fun to watch from that angle. And so I was like, God, I can't wait. Surely this will only go on for a minute. No, they did that for the entire rest of the game. I don't know why. So then I had to watch the Warriors broadcast, which includes the most insufferable man of all time. And especially during a Steph Curry heater, no human being I want to listen to less than him. It's crazy. I should have just gone silent. I should just turn the sound off, but I wanted to hear the crowd. He got MVP chance. But yeah, Steph Curry dropped 56 on 25 shots. He was 12 of 19 from 3. He made a half-court shot. You know what's crazy?
What?
So you know what yesterday was?
What was yesterday?
February 27th.
Okay.
You know what date the double bang game happened on?
Was that February 27th as well?
It was February 27th as well.
To the day. Damn.
You know what day Steph Curry's initial breakout 54-point game at MSG happened on?
February 27th?
February 27th.
What
Steph
the
Curry.
fuck? We should have the finals in February.
Yeah, really. Steph Curry's a February 27th merchant. Crazy.
That is actually insane. I did not know that.
Yeah. The Warriors are 7-1 in the Jimmy Butler era. Steph is averaging 31, which I think makes him the leading scorer, 4 and 5, and making 5 threes a game since then. They're 11-0 when Moses Moody starts, and he's averaging 13 on 72% true shooting as a starter, shooting 49% from 3. It's very bizarre why Steve Kerr has this antagonistic relationship with this guy. And then Steph Curry has scored 50-plus points 9 times since turning 30, which is the most in NBA history. And so, yeah, he's just been in monster mode ever since the Jimmy trade. The Warriors are looking so legit. And the last thing I wrote was KD went on Draymond's podcast.
He did. This was crazy, yeah.
I thought he hated him. I thought that's why we didn't get a trade there.
Yeah, so, I don't know. The Kevin Durant thing, it's weird because Kevin Durant, like, I never want to pretend I know what an athlete, like, thinks or, like, how much they care about their image or anything.
Well, depending. Sometimes I know exactly. Like, I know what Paolo Banchero would do if he could freeze time.
Hey, I just know it'd be scary. But with KD, it's like, I don't know, 30 minutes after these reports come out, it's like, oh, you didn't want to play with Draymond, so you shut down the Golden State Warriors rumors. He's on Draymond's podcast being like, no, we're friends. And so, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care about this.
He also was insufferable the entire last year with the Warriors, where it was very clear he was leaving, and the reporters would say, are you leaving? He'd say, you don't know that. I haven't said anything. You have no way of knowing that. You don't know what I'm going to do. And then he left. It was the same with him going, well, I guess that was the same thing. Him going to New York.
Yeah.
So you're on video talking about max slots. No, I'm not. You don't know.
Shut up, dude. Yeah. So it's a bit ridiculous. So all the stuff I wrote down, mostly about the 56-point game from Steph. 93% true shooting, This was a crazy game. 22 points in the third quarter from Steph Curry. The Magic were up 17 at one point, and they just nuked that deficit to come back and win. Draymond hammer on Paolo Banchero. This was also another storyline of this game. Paolo in the first half, the Warriors could not guard him. They had nothing for him. Buddy Hield kept getting switched on to him, and it was like good Paolo where he gets Buddy Hield on him, and he's like, hey, we're going to go to the rim right now, and you're going to foul me, and I'm still going to finish the layup. And he had 24 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals on 10 of 12 from the field in the first half. 93% true shooting for him as well. They started Draymond at center in the game, but in the second half they started Quentin Post at center, and they put Draymond.
He was playing good.
He is. I don't know. He's pretty good. They moved Draymond to the 4. He could just pretty much focus on Paolo. And that went very poorly for Mr. Banchero. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist on 48% true shooting in the second half. 6 of 15 from the field. Yeah, I mean, Draymond's just like a very bad counter for Paolo. Like there's not that many players worse in the league. If you're Paolo, you want to see lined up against you. But still, it was great. And they're 7-1 in the Jimmy Butler era. Only half a game back from the Clippers for like a full-on playoff seed, the 6th seed.
Crazy. We just got a bad Jalen Suggs update. He is out indefinitely. But he could be back tomorrow, though. I guess that means.
I forgot about that bit. Damn. No one's been out indefinitely in a while.
He's dealing with trochlea injury. Trochlea. Trochlea?
Broccoli injury? Gross.
Gross. Can we get a candy injury?
Yeah, come on.
In his left knee, and he is expected to make a full recovery. But yeah, that puts a damper in the magic. The wand, when you try and cast a spell, it's going psh, 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 like sparks. Why is it not working?
Yeah. We got 2 lobbyist requests for them. You ready, or do you have any other thoughts?
I'm ready.
Warriors Woke Mob member here. First of all, I would appreciate a land acknowledgement from you both to show solidarity with your local native communities. I don't know how to do a land. I guess I'm not woke. Who would I acknowledge for this land?
The natives. It's been stolen from them.
The Anacostia people. Shout out to them. What about you, Pablo?
I acknowledge the natives.
No, that's too general. You have to get the. That's too.
I acknowledge the Indians.
Whoa! You can't say that. The E word and the I word incident. Are you serious, dude? Yeah. What was the second part of this? Second of all, the West is shaping up to be a tight race. What are your predictions for the final standing / play-in teams? Can Portland sneak in? Will the 5 spot open? Ooh. Thanks. Let me look at these standings real quick.
Let's yank up these standings.
Let's yank
them up.
All right. So Thunder at 1. That is a lock. They are 9 games ahead. Grizzlies and Nuggets. I feel like we probably get Grizzlies at 2, Nuggets at 3. Lakers at 4.
Who can fall? Mavs can fall.
Can fall. I feel like the
can fall.
Clippers could fall theoretically. But I don't know. The recipe is just so solid at this point that I don't really expect it. Let me see. Let me pull up remaining strength of schedule as well.
I think really the only spots up for grabs are the last 2.
So what? The 9 and the 10 seed?
Yeah, but I mean, even I don't know. 4 games is a lot to make up for Portland.
I mean, so the Clippers, they have the 5th hardest remaining schedule. If Norm Powell misses extended time, what do you think?
They could. I don't think they'll fall out completely.
No, I just mean like the standings might be. I would love Golden State like Lakers Warriors first round 4-5 matchup. That would be so sick.
Yeah. So the matchups could shift here, but I think for the most part, all these guys, I wouldn't bet on Portland making it.
Yeah, no, and they shouldn't want to.
Yeah, and none of these guys are gonna do anything. I don't think. Ones who are outside.
David Siegel says, "Walking home from work, finna state my league. Warriors.
Walking home. More like flying around the beach, trying to get bread.
Trying to get my sandwich and my picnic that I packed.
Siegel, you know.
Yeah, no, I got it. Would you say that to Jason Segel if you ever saw him?
I wouldn't say anything to him.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't.
Why?
How I Met Your Mother was fine. I didn't like it as much as other people.
Yo, you should watch.
Not the biggest Jason Segel guy.
You should watch I Love You, man. That's a good movie. That's a very.
Is that the cancer one?
I don't think so. No.
Is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and him?
No. It's Paul. It's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd and Jason Segel, and they've developed like a bromance, and it's just a fun movie. They like Rush, and they play guitar together and stuff.
You know what I saw last night?
What?
Last Breath.
Oh, was it stupid?
It wasn't stupid.
It looked stupid.
It was. Do you know the event it's based off? It's based off a true story.
No, the only one I know is I've watched a million YouTube videos about a diving bell where a guy got sucked through the hole of a faulty nut.
Oh yeah,
and
it's not that.
Yeah, well that's good. That would be a very scary movie.
It's based off an event. Well, it sounds like you're not going to see it, so I'll tell you.
Okay.
Basically, divers go down. One guy's thing gets caught, and then there's problems with the ship. There's a big storm up, so they have to leave the guy, and he's out. He runs out of oxygen after 10 minutes, and then they have to come back for him. He goes without oxygen for 27 minutes, and then, spoiler alert, if you're going to see the movie, turn this off. He lives. They bring up the body, and they give him CPR, and he's back alive. And so
27 minutes without oxygen?
27 minutes without oxygen, which is crazy. But really, like, this was not a movie. This event itself was not worth a movie. Like, just not enough happened. It was only 90 minutes, but still. It was a very tense movie just by virtue of they had all these shots of like
guys yelling, being like, "We gotta go now!"
Well, like just when you go underwater and it's so dark, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on." Oh, and his latch being caught, and he's like, "I can't get out," and he's, "My oxygen's fading," and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay, let's do the.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't interesting enough.
Okay,
it was very tense.
You're selling it, you know.
Hey, I'm not Woody Harrelson. It's Simu Liu.
The Wolves. Shit, I didn't write down their record this week. Let me see. Hold on.
Post All-Star break.
2-2. Beat you.
They're 1-2 post All-Star break. So
I don't give a damn. Wait, what? Post All-Star break starts on the 21st.
Oh, wait, mine didn't count their game from last night, I think.
Oh my god. I just threw a boomerang out the window. It's going to come hit you in a little bit.
No, that's going to come back to you, idiot.
What?
That's how they work.
That was it coming back to me.
Nice.
2-2. They beat the Thunder, and 1-3. Sorry, they beat the Thunder and that's it. And then they lost to the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Lakers.
Idiots.
Anthony Edwards, seething loser, seething angry loser, gets ejected by Chad referee, who mogs him on the way out as he throws a tantrum.
Epic showing by referee to get this guy out of the game. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it just shows you guys can't question the refs. That's who we're here for.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So don't do it, everybody.
It's like saying I'm here to see the floor. You know, it's like, oh yeah, of course you can't have the game without the floor.
Hey, it's wood, maple.
It's beautiful.
Except for the Celtics, which is red oak. He's racked up 16 technical fouls, so he's now is it 1 game suspension?
Yes, he's suspended tonight.
Okay. Ooh, they're playing back to back. That's a good rest.
Suspended against the Jazz.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want. He was thinking 3D 4. He was like, oh shit, we play the Jazz tomorrow. I'm just gonna get double tech tonight, and then I'm off.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize he had racked up that many technicals.
I wrote that down too. I did not know he had that many techs. But I guess he does. This was a week for the Wolves defined by the young guys. I would wager we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would wager a lot of these lobbyist requests are like Terrence Shannon Jr.
He had 25 against the Lakers. I'll tell you what, I was hesitant. I'm in on Terrence Shannon. Not necessarily as future All-Star, but as a guy who can have big games in the playoffs as long as the shot's falling, because he's a crazy attacking, like, off the catch, just attacking the rim.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too.
He eats up so much space so quickly, and if there's any defensive liability in front of him, he is just going right at you. He's not afraid. If Luka's there, if Austin Reeves is there, it's like there's essentially nobody there.
Yeah. So they played OKC twice this week. In the first game, they kept it close, but they ended up losing. Jalen Clark, 14 points, 4 steals on 100% true shooting. He hurt his neck. He got like whiplash and snapped his head into the floor. But he was playing incredible up to that, and I really that felt like the momentum shifted the game to OKC a little bit. When I was like, oh, they don't have to deal with Mr. Doesn't Fucking Miss now, so that's nice.
And he shuts down Shea.
Hey, they did a pretty. I mean, Shea literally was like 40 points in both of these games, but visually,
Jalen Clark has shut him down before, so
okay.
And probably all the points were on not Jalen Clark. They were probably on like Rob killing him.
In the second game against OKC, they completed a 25-point comeback to win in overtime. Terrence Shannon Jr., 17 points, 3 stocks, 75% true shooting, 11 points on 4 of 6 from the field in the fourth quarter to send it to overtime. And then obviously he also had 25 and 5 against the Lakers on 71% true shooting. So those two guys, really good. Really hope they don't fall by the wayside in the event that this Wolves team gets healthy. I just, it's like, although I guess they're 1-3 this week, so I mean, who's to say how much they contribute to winning? It's just like, I don't know. This team not playing Julius Randle just makes so much more sense to me. When they don't have to like navigate the politics of him being out there, it's just like the hierarchy is so clear. And when they do have to play him, it's like, okay, well, no Jalen Clark this game or whatever.
They could really. So what's their best defensive 5 that they could throw out there? So like
Gobert.
Gobert. Nah.
No, I hate saying that nickname. It's just a nah. Gobert,
Edwards,
Anthony Edwards, McDaniels,
Clark, McDaniels, right?
Yeah, that's probably it.
That'd be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Pretty bad offensively though.
Well, last 5 games. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 66% true shooting, 49% from 3 on 7 attempts a game. He's been killing it. And
Spurs, throw him a bag.
Throw him a bag. Well, he's going to the Lakers. He's taking like the minimum to go to the Lakers.
Oh, to play with the champs. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the script. Jaden McDaniels last 5 games, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists on 54% true shooting. He's been terrible at threes the whole time, but 90% from the free throw line while getting nearly 6 attempts a game. Pretty cool.
Well, Michael Jordan said, "I don't want to excel at the 3-point line." Because it takes away from the rest of your game.
That's stupid. I'm not going to lie.
Well, no, it
doesn't make
away
any
from you
sense.
Getting to the free throw line, takes away from
How?
the dribble penetration, creating your shots for your other teammates and stuff like that. And so Michael Jordan was this is from 1990.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's ancient. Okay.
So it was before.
Yeah.
Before all the people, before people were gay and left-handed and shooting threes,
Okay. Yeah, I hated that when all the left-handed people came out. It was like, yo, you're a monster.
You're faking.
You're faking.
You're choosing this.
Okay. Hey, guys, J-Max. Oh, is this Jaden McDaniels? Whoa. Okay. All right, it's Jaden McDaniels in the Patreon. Hey, guys.
You know, we had McKenna Grace in the Patreon, but she canceled.
Who's that?
She's an actress.
McKenna Grace. Let me look this up.
I don't know what she's been in. She's been in. She was in the. I think
Ghostbusters. She's young Sheldon. Annabelle Comes Home. Okay.
I think she's the Jennifer Garner family body swap movie. I think she's the daughter in that.
J-Max says, "Hey guys, new T-Wolves subscriber here. It's safe to say that the Towns trade hasn't been good for the Wolves, seeing that Towns will probably be second-team All-NBA while Julius Randle chucks up bad shots and has the decision-making of a squirrel with rabies. The question is, what player do you think the Wolves should target in the future to pair with Ant, either via trade or free agency signing? I don't know. What do you think? Is there a guy that like pops out to you?
Someone big who can shoot and play defense.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
That'd be epic. I really don't know who.
Victor Wembanyama. Oh, dude, they should do that. Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be pretty sick. But yeah, it really is like you traded, and obviously Towns could be better defensively, but you really like that was kind of like a great fit for Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Because like he wants more space to drive, and so I don't know. I really don't know who's gonna come available. That'll be. I don't know. Just re-sign Naz Reid.
Yeah, that's really the important. You can't lose him too. Okay, let me see these other ones. Can we get some Terrence Shannon Jr. hype from Ryan Lingertat? You already got it. Like we got it.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Listen up. Jeez. Xander, Timberwolves need opinions on that Lakers game. What do you want me to say? You know.
Raunchy.
Whoa. What do you mean raunchy? The Lakers game was raunchy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it wasn't family friendly. Ant got ejected, so that's one thing.
It was a fake ejection.
What Joe Ingles enjoyer? If Joe Ingles was on Golden State instead of Draymond, they would have won way more championships because Durant and Poole wouldn't have left because they would have replaced a horrible man with a great one. Thank you.
That's facts.
That's facts.
That's
facts.
Literally facts.
Been saying this. Gavin York, Wolves. We're not going to talk about the ref ball Wolves Lakers fake February game, but with the Wolves beating the Thunder back to back, clearly showing Shea's forced aura is no match for Ant's true aura. Now the addition of Aura Hall of Fame Bones Highland. Where does this Wolves team aura rank among the others in the league? Has to be aura team. You're confusing aura with That Boy Nice. It's easy to get it mixed up, but Bones Highland does not have aura. I don't know how to break this to you guys. He's got some hand. He's nice, but aura, it's something different.
I forgot that they got him. Yeah, that's not good for Rob Dillingham.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what do you need a second one of me for? How's that?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
Why'd you guys bring in that guy?
Me looking at you, you're like hanging out with a guy with long hair and a podcast microphone. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Don't worry about it. It's fine. The Mavericks, 2-2. Let me timestamp this. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Where are we at? Bruh. Mavericks. 201. Let's call it 202. All right. They are 2-2 in their last four. Beat the Hornets and the Pelicans. Lost to the Warriors and the Lakers. 2 35-point games from Kyrie Irving this week. He had 35 and 4 on 69% true shooting in the win over the Pelicans. And then he had 35.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 stock on 60% true shooting in the loss to the Lakers. They chanted, "Thank you, Nico," when he went to the Staples Center. Why did he go to that?
Well, I asked you that, and you said he's a masochist. that last week.
I wrote that down in my notes. He's got like a humiliation kink.
Well, maybe no. He was hoping that Luka would just have a typical fatty performance, and
he kind of did, and it didn't. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, he hit that
cool shot.
Was that last night? No, it was. Yeah, it was for some. But yeah. Kid and Nico, they were at the game. They're apparently the only people Luka unfollowed on social media, and he didn't, like dap up or anything or say anything to Jason Kidd after the game. And so it's funny because right after it came out, there were a bunch of Bucks people online who were like, "No, Jason Kidd's definitely a part of this." And so we're learning based off what Luka knows, maybe Jason Kidd might have been a part of this, might have signed off or something. I don't know, but Luka is not happy with Jason Kidd either. So those two losers. They talked to Anthony Davis about the trade. There was an article about it. It's been 3.5 weeks since the trade that rocked the NBA. Anthony Davis, he's different than Luka because Luka was caught off guard. He's like, oh my goodness, I need time to process what's happening to me. This is crazy. Anthony Davis says he processed it almost immediately and understood it was the nature of the business. Easier for him because he's the worst player. So
well, it's also like being next to LeBron. You probably do just have to be like, anything's possible. I know we're friendly, but anything could happen.
It's like being friends with Ethan Klein. It's like we're working together now, but this is definitely going to go bad. This bridge is going to be burned.
I notice how we're working well together, and a number of very important topics have never come up between us. So as long as those never come up, then we should be good to go.
I've noticed your brain isn't melting out of your ears, so as long as that doesn't happen, we'll be good.
Hey, are you gonna get? Did he do Ozempic? Do you think he's very trim now?
I've seen that he says I'm not on Ozempic. He like goes out of his way. I'm not on Ozempic, but then there's he's on Manjaro. Like people think he's on Manjaro because it like came up and they were like kind of talking around it and they're like, oh, I think I heard that these are the symptoms of Manjaro. Oh, I think Manjaro self.
Come on. Yeah. We've all seen the Hims commercials.
That's what Charles Barkley's on. He's on Manjaro. Wait a second.
What?
I'm connecting some dots here.
Charles Barkley, Ethan Klein?
Yeah, because they've both become meaner, more bitter, angry people since taking Manjaro. Is that a symptom of Manjaro?
Maybe that's
Guys,
just a symptom
get off.
Of like, maybe that's just like what big people think skinny people are like. And so it's like,
it's like you know how Disney stars like immediately after they're on Disney they like try and do like the most provocative thing possible. They're like, I'm not a Disney guy. Well, fat people are jolly. They're supposed to be happy-go-lucky jolly. So I'm not Mr. Nice Guy anymore.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm skinny now.
No more Mr. Rosy Cheeks.
Fuck you, Hassan. You want to talk? That was a very provocative way to go, I suppose. Okay, what do we have?
Oh, but there's more. There's more.
Keep cooking.
So, Anthony Davis said, when it happened, I honestly didn't know shit. And he's been my running mate for 6 years. So the first thing I wanted to do was call him. He's talking about it's like One Piece. It's like calling someone him, and then we find out 10 years later who him is. Except he's talking about LeBron. We know, obviously. I know there's going to be a lot of political things in the front office when they talk to me. The front office has to do what it has to do, and obviously they're going to do what's best for the org. So I don't know if I ever got the real about any of it. I don't know what's true and what's not coming from upstairs. Everyone's saying nobody knew and all this other shit. I just don't believe it. But hey, man, I'm past that. So I don't know if he's saying he thinks LeBron... It sounds like he might be saying he thinks LeBron knew. He thinks like J.J. Redick knew or so. He thinks more people were in on it. And just didn't tell him, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. He's skeptical about the secrecy of it all.
I think LeBron probably knew. Like,
you think? I really do think it was a surprise.
I think LeBron maybe found out shortly beforehand that it was happening. Like, maybe LeBron knew before Anthony Davis knew, is my thing. But I don't think LeBron was, like, in the war room being like, yes, pull the trigger. This is what we want to do. Like, I do think it was, the secrecy was that level. So, yeah. I don't know. Moses Brown had a double-double. That's what I wrote down.
Oh, yeah. And then the last thing I wrote down is, if Kyrie stays, it really shows, like, just how hollow all his values are. Because, like, he's big on, like, treat everyone as humans or whatever. We're humans first, NBA players second, whatever. You need to stop dehumanizing me, blah, blah. Well, I don't want to say blah, blah, blah.
It's valid. The things that he, like, complains about as far as, like, I don't know, for most of the history of the NBA, like, players were like
Yeah.
just flooded with money and then been like, shut the fuck up, loser.
And there are a lot of people in mainstream sports media who straight up don't see these guys as human and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so Kyrie has stayed in touch with Luka since the trade. He says, I don't think he expected the change, and I think that's probably what leads to him feeling emotions even more so in a deeper way. Rejection, I think that's a strong word, but sometimes it could feel like that. You got to go through your process of grieving. Grieving is not a word we use in NBA circles. It's like, just be tough, bro. Everyone expects you to turn over the next page and get over it. The reality is, man, we're human too. And so I think that's definitely a valid sentiment. But like, and he's come out and said, like, can we stop trashing Luka? Can we stop all the fatty press stories and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at Kyrie, and I see, like, you have a chance to opt out of this franchise. Number one, basketball reasons, they made your team worse. And they traded the guy. They traded your finals running mate, and he's no longer here. There's new owner. When he came, was Miriam Madelson already there?
I have no idea.
Or wait, they still...
But like
Right,
I don't think
that's not a
did he
factor.
re-sign since they traded for him?
He has a player option next year, and
Well,
then
yeah,
he
that's
can
what I'm
opt-
saying.
he
So
can
like
opt out.
when you say since he came here, I mean they traded for him, so it's not
Yeah.
like he had like his options were
Yeah.
not play in Brooklyn or come here.
Yeah. So I was gonna think, did he? So I was thinking like coming here under Cuban and then new ownership, but no, the new ownership was probably in place by the time he came here.
Mhm.
So, but throw that part out. But still, this is the same. Like, he's best friends with Luka. Basketball reasons they got rid of him. Personal reasons, he's big on like humanize NBA players. This is your friend that they're trashing constantly to the general public over and over. They do not care about him at all. Like, it's the least human thing they could do is just kick the guy out when he brought you everything you could have dreamed for when you drafted this guy. He brought you accolades, he brought you to the finals and everything, and you treat him like this. That's like the most dehumanizing thing you could do. And then on top of that, he's like one of the few players who showed Palestinian support. He had the wristband, and you're playing for the maxed out Zionist owner. And so I just don't. If he re-signs with this team when he has a chance to leave, like he can leave and go get the same money anywhere else, it's just I'm looking at him sideways. I'm thinking, I don't know. This is a chance to stand by your values. I mean, there's no good NBA owner. We've done it. We've gone through and found the guy.
We've done the legwork.
Oh, that guy defunded the South African IRS.
Oh,
Maybe
this guy
not.
made his money in drone surveillance. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's charged the Pistons owner. He's making big bank off charging people in prison for phone calls.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of good options out there, but there is a genocide going on specifically right now, and that's something that you say you care about, and you care about treating players well, and there's basketball reasons for you to leave. If he stays, I just really don't get it at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have like a... I mean, I'm sure he, in his brain, probably has like a counter argument to that. I don't know how good it would be, and I can't think of it right now, but yeah, it's definitely valid
to get
concerns.
more upset about vaccines than this. I'm mad.
Yeah. It's just like... It's like, I don't know, to posture like you care, like this is the moment where it's like, okay, is this like a stance that you hold, or is this just like something that you prefer to be about when it's easy to do it,
It's like you got to pick your battles. He picks the worst, most psychotic battles possible all the time.
Yeah. And this is a sensible battle to pick. You could just
with the fight. This is the Nazis. Fight.
Yeah, fight it. Come on. Najee Peach Cream Marshall says Najee's shooting has been down recently, and watching him, his confidence is definitely down with his shot. Can you guys give Najee some good positive words of encouragement? What do you think?
Najee, somebody, you can do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving him, give me some of your energy. Yeah.
Yeah, give me some of your energy. Yeah.
They did such good voices in that.
I would say, just it's just a game at the end of the day. You know, getting a bajillion dollars to fucking hang out, play a game.
Hey, and you're not playing for anything anymore this year.
Yeah, I mean, geez. So pressure's off. You know, at the end of the day, whatever you thought about prior to
you
this.
think Najee's like, no, I'm the next Luka. Everyone needs me to be the next Luka.
No. No one's expecting that. No one's expecting that, Najee. So just do your thing. You know, be the knife.
Don't send this to him. Does this guy message Najee Marshall?
You know? And if this guy sends you this audio clip, it's a problem with him, and it's not a problem with us. So you should be upset with him. Don't be upset with us.
If you're seeing this, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
You should never see this. We got 2,000 views on the last one.
Yeah. If you're one of them, shout out. But you need to make yourself known. Come on the pod.
Yeah. Hey, but we do have 600 pages, and we are blowing up. So
we're the biggest sports podcast in the world.
We're one of the biggest.
Kings, 214. Let's fly through these. 2-2. They beat the Pelicans and the Hornets. They lost to the Warriors and the Pelicans. First hot hand Zach LaVine game. Do we care?
Yeah, we do. It was epic.
Okay.
What did he?
I think 40 something points, 8 of 9 from 3.
Where are my Kings notes? Did someone? Oh, right, yeah, 42 on 16 of 19 shooting versus Charlotte.
Good Lord.
He just hates Charlotte.
He did have a game against them a few years back where it was like a Tracy McGrady 18 points in however many seconds type deal.
It was nuts though. So yeah, that's what you want out of Zach. You get these games every now and then. You're still doomed macro, but in micro sense, on that night, what a blast!
In their loss to the Pelicans, he was also 32 points, 10 assists on 63% true shooting. So
Zach is good.
Zach is good. It's just what does it mean? You know, anything?
Well, yeah, it means Zach is good.
Okay, cool. Well, Kings fans take solace in that.
Zach's good.
Hey, Zach's good, baby. Let me get timestamp. 2:16.
Oh, and Jake LaRavia. He played 15 minutes and did a Tony Snell, but he was a plus 11.
Oh fuck. Well, that's good. I don't know what Tony's plus minus was there. The Suns 1-3 in their last 4. They beat the Bulls. They lost to the Raptors, the Grizzlies, and Pelicans. What a disaster.
Season's done for them. These guys, these idiots. But you know who's not done? Bradley Beal in February. 23, 5-5 on 68% true shooting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
He's back.
He's back.
Worst
the trade was
too.
a win. Yeah. Yeah. Would you rather have Bradley Beal on 50 or Jaren Jackson on 69? I don't know.
Probably Jaren Jackson still.
Would you rather have Jaren Jackson on 69 or Bradley Beal on 18?
On 18.
Jaren Jackson.
Probably Jaren Jackson.
I'd rather
just
Jaren
don't give him the
Jackson.
no trade and we'll be
pretty
fine.
Rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're at the point in the season where we are turning on Bud. We're getting some Bud slant. A report came out today. I saw. I didn't write this down before.
I have it written down. The quote.
Yeah.
So apparently Mike Buden. Well, there's two because there's one that Devin Booker said last night after they lost to the Pelicans, where he said, "Why are we 27-32 right now? Skipping over the details and always taking the get 'em next game mentality. At some point, you have to draw a line, and should have been drew a line a long time ago. At this point, drawing the line now is like there's no point, but." Then we also got a report today that apparently Mike Budenholzer talked to Devin Booker to say, stop being so vocal in the huddle. I'm the coach. They have to listen to me. And so it's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure that'll do it. That'll fix it.
Yeah. So the not good. We're getting to the public shot portion of the season. The fans absolutely hate Mike Budenholzer. Someone posted in their subreddit, Bud's lineup of Booker, Plumlee, Ty, Dunn, and Grayson played for 1 minute and 9 seconds. The Suns gave up 5 points in that stretch.
Nice.
They went from up 3 to down 2. They said, and then they started talking like I talk about Arturis. They said, Bud has to be held accountable for this. He has to justify to all fans why he is doing stupid-ass lineups like this 60 games into the season when we're about to be lapped by the Trailblazers for the 11th seed. The Suns have allowed at least 117 plus points in every game in February.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're donezo, boy. They're donezo, boys. We're talking about Kevin Durant trade stuff. There is one bright spot though.
What?
The Gorilla has won mascot of 2024, mascot of the year.
Gee Whiz needs to win that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Gee Whiz bobblehead soon.
That's such a genuine reaction.
It's true. Gee Whiz is literally the NBA's Gritty, and nobody fucking respects him.
Well, do you think everyone thinks their mascot's the best mascot?
Well, everyone's wrong, probably.
Well, Benny the Bull's pretty good, but he's probably won it before.
No, it's Gee Whiz.
What do you mean no?
It's Gee Whiz.
Does Gee
and
Whiz
it's everyone
spill
else.
popcorn on people?
Sometimes.
Benny, what he does is he carries around a comically large bag of popcorn, and he turns around and accidentally spills on someone behind him, and he's having a conversation, and you're like, "What are you doing, guy?
Benny.
You're spilling popcorn all over me." But he's talking to someone else.
So Gee Whiz's thing is there's a break in the game. They do the Gee Whiz Grand Prix where he comes out on a 4-wheeler and he drives around the arena having fun, and then on the big Jumbotron, it's like a 3D rendering of 3 Gee Whizzes driving around DC having a race. And
it's all him?
Yeah, it's 3 different. It's like a red, white, and a blue one, and each color represents like the 100s, the 200s, the 400s, and depending on how loud you cheer, that's how fast your guy goes. Or that's what they say, but I don't think it's true.
The Bulls have something similar. But it's Dunkin' Donuts sponsored, and so you have Cuppy Coffee, Biggie Bagel, Dashing Donut, and is it just 3 or is there a 4th one? I don't know. But they race around, and whoever wins, everyone's ticket has a different one on it, and if your guy wins, then you get that for free from Dunkin'. You get a donut.
You don't get
or
anything
coffee.
for free if your Gee Whiz wins. And what I'll also say about the Wizards that's upsetting. How are you an NBA team in 2025? They have 1 T-shirt cannon. It's like they have one. Every other T-shirt is just people throwing them like 20 feet to the people who paid $700 for tickets to see the fucking Wizards. They have 1 handheld T-shirt gun, and that's it.
Do they drop them on parachutes?
No, if you're in the 400s, there is no chance you're getting. Like, no one even stands up for it because it's just like, oh, I can't get one.
The Bull, they do a good job. They have, I don't know how many guns we have. We definitely have guns and people throwing, but also they have a giant inflatable Benny that flies around, and then they drop them from the roof on with parachutes like T-shirts. At least they did the last time I went. I haven't gone in years.
They have the technology because I went to a Capitals game, and they dropped like Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets from the top in like a parachute. Like a box of Chick-fil-A nuggets would come down in a parachute.
How does it not spill?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't. Next question. So
okay. Congratulations, the Gorilla.
The Suns have lost 9 of their last 11 games, lost 4 of their last 5. They lost to the Raptors. They lost to the Wembley Spurs. They lost to the 14-seed Pelicans. They don't have their picks for a long time. And Kevin Durant's probably gone this offseason.
And they had the most expensive roster.
Yes. Oh, and yeah, Bradley Beal is the worst contract in the league, and you can't trade him.
Well, you could trade him.
If he says.
Yeah. So you just got to find the right spot for him. So if maybe him for Jimmy, he would like that.
Probably. You would think so.
He would, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would Jimmy?
Who's next?
20. Let me. All right. 223.
I don't call it politics. I call it politricks.
Shut up. Blazers 3-1 last 4. They beat the Wizards, Jazz, Hornets. They lost to the Lakers. Stop winning. Stop it. What are you guys doing?
Wait, the Blazers? Yeah. Let me scroll up. But yeah, we should take a second to appreciate how comfortable Donovan Clingan is around minorities.
People have been. It's the new copy paste. It's fine.
I saw someone say it might be a hive mind. We get a lot of comparisons to hive mind. Do you know hive mind?
I've never watched. I've seen some of their stuff. I followed them on Twitter, I think, but I never watched one of the videos.
I've never really seen it either. But people are just telling us to collab with hive mind. We'll do it. We're just like we're 1/38th of their audience.
Hey.
They might have bigger fish to fry.
You should collab. You should collab with. You should collab with the Beatles.
We should get Timothy Chalamet on the pod. He'd be good.
Yeah. Hey, you guys should. I think you guys would cook with Matthew McConaughey. I think you guys would really mesh.
How about the Pope? How about ask him about basketball? That'd be a good combo.
Whoa,
I'd
Conclave
like to see
episode, Conclave Save the League, where we get the Pope on.
good.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I need to watch an investigation movie tonight. What's a good investigation movie? There's not enough movies with actual newsrooms like Spotlight. I wish there were 100 movies.
Do Zodiac. Do Zodiac.
I've already seen it.
You want a new one. You want a new investigation that you don't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want me to Google it?
Guys, comment down below good investigation movies. Is Flight a good investigation movie or no?
Yes. Have you never seen Flight?
I've never seen it.
Yo, yeah. Watch that tonight, and then come back tomorrow off of Cocoa Puff. Guys who have seen Flight will get it.
I have a friend who we were talking about a real life plane crash. The one where they crashed on landing, but nobody died or got hurt. Like it just that one
upside down.
Something like that, yeah. They flipped over.
Yeah.
And he thought we were talking about the movie Flight. And he's like, no, one person did die. And we were like, really? And he's like, yeah, the woman, she snapped her neck.
Damn.
And we were like, oh, wow, that's so sad. And he's like, yeah. And then he started laughing. And we were like, what? And then he's like, wait, what are you guys talking about? And we were talking about the movie. He was talking about the movie Flight. We were talking about real life. It was a good
Have you ever seen you should watch Anatomy of a Fall. It was an Oscars movie last year.
Oh, but is that going to be depressing?
Yes. It's what investigation is happy, Spotlight's not happy.
I want tension.
Oh, it's
sadness,
incredibly tense. But have you seen Prisoners?
Yeah.
Okay, that's also on this investigation. Okay.
Memories of Murder, so good.
I'm not. We're done. We're done talking. Let's keep it pushing. Blazers.
Nasty dunk on your Washington Wizards.
Shout out to whichever Champagne plays here. Valiant effort,
Oh, is that who it was on?
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, I thought it was on a flea. The way that Shannon Sharp erupted on him.
I could have been on Gee Whiz for all I know. Shaden Sharp joins Jeff Petrie in 1970,
inventor of
as
the Petri
the only
dish.
Trailblazers to put up 35, 5, and 5 off the bench. So yeah, shout out. How famous would Shaden Sharp be? Would Shaden Sharp make the Hall of Fame with the same career if he was playing in 2004? I feel like he might. He'd be forever mythologized.
Yeah. He'd be like Brandon Roy level.
Yeah, for sure. He'd be. Well, maybe. I guess Jason. People don't talk about Jason Richardson.
Yeah, that's a way better comp. Brandon Roy was like much better basketball player. It's just like the caliber of athlete that Shaden Sharp was just so much rarer back then. It feels like.
Yeah. They're 3-1, but they are fake wins. To be fair, sorry guys, they're fake wins.
Well, it's not what the draft odds say.
Fake wins, real disrespect from the Ringer for not having Tumani Kamara top 100.
We have a lobbyist request about that actually. Let me see.
It's actually disgusting. What that is.
Jack said, so me, I guess. Just watching Tumani Kamara highlights from his recent +44 ± game.
That's epic. I love being tapped into Tumani Kamara highlights.
It's
Who's
sick.
Posting them? Is it the NBA or is it someone else?
It's not the Ringer. We know that.
It's definitely not the Ringer. And then Scoot in 2025 is 14, 3 and 5 on 62% true shooting, 42% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. The highest plus minus on the team over the last 15 games. Really, like he's really taken big steps forward. So the wins are fake. The progress is real.
Mm-hmm.
Scoot's real. So I'm excited. We've held out hope. Even we were telling everybody
It's not canon.
year 2 not canon. And so now we're getting closer to year 3. We're seeing a little more. It's still not canon, but we're seeing a little more enticing numbers for canonicity next year.
Yeah, shout out to the Blazers. Let's keep it going. Let me hit the Spurs. All right. They are 0-4 in their last 4 games. They lost to the Rockets, the Pelicans twice, and then the Pistons. And we have 2 lobbies requests, and that's all I wrote down.
Have they won since Wemby? Oh, yeah, they have, right?
I think they probably won once, but I don't remember. It wasn't like a notable win.
I wish they never won without Wemby.
It'd be such a good argument. I mean, one win is still. You'd have to post the full record.
Yeah.
Instead of saying they never won, they'd be like they went 1-24 without Wemby.
Yeah. Well, so Pop officially addressed the team, Greg Popovich, and he told them, "I'm not coming back this year." So
good.
But it's good he didn't say, "I'm not coming back ever." That's a positive.
I guess. Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox since the All-Star game, 17, 5 and 5 on 46% true shooting. Yuck. 25% from 3. Yuck. 3.4 turnovers a game. Yuck.
Seems like he wants to play with Cooper Flag too.
Hey. Before the All-Star break, he was 25, 5 and 6 on 56% true shooting.
Sabonis merchant.
32% from 3. Sabonis merchant. And yeah, big man merchant because. Did he play with Wemby? He did.
He played like 3 or 4 games, I'm pretty sure.
Those were probably fantastic games, though, because of Wemby, because Wemby
fair.
made him. So, yeah, not good. But even if he's bad, you didn't give up anything for him, so not that big a deal. Yeah, so and then the last thing I wrote down, remember that kid who got, the crying kid who got the Wemby jersey?
And then
sold
it?
Then they found out his dad was selling it?
Mm-hmm.
The next day after Wemby got diagnosed with the blood clot or whatever, and we found out he's missing the season, the next day the dad tried to pull out of the auction for $60,000 or something, and now he's suing to try and get the jersey back. He's like, I changed my mind.
The fuck?
So,
why?
I think he thinks if Wemby's career is over, then it becomes even more valuable or something.
What a schemer. Jeez.
That's my takeaway.
Take your fucking $60,000 and go, dude.
Yeah. Your kid's crocodile tears.
Yeah.
They were and so what's it called? As I understand it, Mr. Desideri may have changed his mind about the auction because he was concerned that this announcement would affect the price of the jersey, Ken Godin wrote. So, yeah, a day before the auction closed, he said, give me the jersey back. I don't want to do it anymore.
A Trey Jones enthusiast. 2 parts. First, is it even worth trying for the Spurs anymore, or should they bench everyone and get the highest pick possible? They should do that. Second.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, no question. The Spurs need a big that can rebound and or play the 5 when Wemby's off the floor. Who should they go after? Charles Bassey, baby.
You're really asking me this question? Come on.
Come on. Is that who you would pick if you could?
If that's what you want, that'd be a good pick. I'm still VJ Pill. To be fair, I haven't locked in and watched Come On yet, but I know he's good. Yeah. I know the gist of it, but I haven't gone through the film.
Okay.
So I'm about 10-ish guys deep, maybe. I don't know in totality.
He's 10 guys deep. That's crazy.
No. Guys, not up my anus, dude. Come on, dude. I'm not being penetrated by dudes. Please don't post
guys
that.
Deep, fondling penis and balls into his hands and mouth.
God, not that there's anything wrong with being gay, guys, but I'm just not gay, dude. Come on.
Okay. Come on.
Don't say I'm homophobic, because the last thing I am is scared of you people. You know that.
I do
Martin.
know that one. That one's
that's
funny.
such a good line. That's
Last thing I am is scared of you people. I like girls. I like girls. Oh my god.
Simple.
Simple. Fuck. There was just one. The Aldo one where he's pretending to blow vape clouds to the dubstep music. Have you ever seen that one?
That sounds familiar. I can't picture it specifically.
He's in the middle of like a kitchen in like an upper middle class house with dubstep music playing through the speakers of a laptop. And he goes, "Imagine blowing O's to this song." And then he walks around the kitchen, and then he goes, "Little gritty mid-O blow," and he starts to hit the gritty while he's pushing the fake vape cloud.
That would be epic.
It's so stupid. Okay. Connor Fitz... Oh, wait, that's a Pelicans one. Ricky, Stephon Castle FC back. Do you guys think he makes a real push for Rookie of the Year? Not that it's the most important award, but it feels like no one in this class is separating themselves to the point where there's a favorite. He's your guy.
Jalen Wells erasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he has a good chance of winning it. I don't know if he should. But yeah, I think he's got a shot.
All right, let's wrap this up. I'm done. I'm done with the Pelicans and stuff.
Oh crap!
Hey, although 3-1 in their last 4, beat the Suns, the Spurs twice. They lost to the Mavericks. 3-game winning streak. Zion got a Naruto tattoo and then dropped his first career triple-double.
Whoa! I didn't see the tattoo. What is it?
It's the seal of the nine guys on his belly button.
Of the nine-tailed fox on his. Wait, how big?
Let me see. Zion Naruto tattoo. I'll pull it up. We could show it. We could show it live.
It's God. He needs to branch out. He needs to watch One
This
Piece.
is pixelated because it's like an Instagram preview, but you can kind of tell.
Okay, so it's actually like full size. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means did the person giving that should die? They should, because it's the Reaper Death Seal. So they should have to sacrifice themselves for that. But yeah, that's not bad. Although and that's a good motivator to stay in shape. Because if he got a big belly, it'd be all stretched out.
It'd be silly. They'd be like, what are these doodles? And he's like, if he imagine he's like Charles Barkley size post retirement, what that tattoo would look like.
Count the rings. That's how old he is. Unlike Fraudka DEI Chich, Zion's in great shape. He's eaten the entire state out of house and home. He weighs 264. Epic. I think he was 280 in high school. He had his first ever triple-double, 27, 10, and 11 on 13 of 17 shooting.
Nice.
And he only shot 4 free throws, and he only made one of them. So that's
doesn't even need him. He's ethical.
Triple-double. Doesn't need him at all. They are fake 3 wins for the Pelicans, because Spurs twice, Suns once. But the wins are fake.
The progress is real.
Yeah. And someone posted on Twitter, and then I saw it reposted to Reddit, that Zion is apparently the most double-teamed player in the history of the tracking era since 13-14. And the gap between him and second place is the same as the gap between second and 100th place. So, hey, when you watch him, it feels like it for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's on top of that, it's the fact that he only has his left-hand layup. And it's like, so the most double-teamed player since we started keeping track of it. Nobody else comes close. He has one move, and he is, everyone agrees, consensus, this is one of the best basketball players I've ever seen when he's playing.
He's absolutely nuts. And so, yeah, the things are looking up for the Pelicans, because the wins are fake. The progress is real. The tank is real.
Yes.
And so
I would say, like, when you talk about a team having to, have this kind of a season, you're probably down one of the best paths where it's like, okay.
They're calling themselves the next Grizzlies.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it. If you get the Trey Murphy leap and Zion can be healthy and all that, and we
got off Brandon Ingram.
You get the Misi shit going on, all that stuff, and you get a good draft pick. Yeah, like, it's promising.
Oh, they did. They traded for DeJounte. That hurts.
Yeah. So they lose. Hopefully, like the nightmare situation was this year happening in like one of the Hawks pick years. So could be a little worse, I guess. We have 2 requests here. Chris P. Bacon says, Gumbo Gang member here. If the Pelicans
Gumbo
land,
Gang.
If the Gumbo Gang, Gumbo Gang, Gumbo Gang, Gumbo Gang. I just made. Have you ever seen? There's a hilarious video of a kid getting sent on like a car drive. His mom sent him to like bring the gumbo somewhere, but the pot has no lid, and so the video just
spilling.
Mama, it ain't got no top. That's such a funny video. He's like, I'm about to pour it out, and you can just hear her be like, no, bring the gumbo.
He spills so much.
Mama, it ain't got no top. That's so fucking funny.
Was it hot too?
Yeah, I think so. Because he's got like cardboard underneath it to like insulate him. Oh my god.
So good.
So if the Pelicans land outside the top 3 in the draft, who would you see them taking? Oh man.
Outside the top 3? Oh, I was thinking about this last night. Who did I come to the conclusion of? Crap. There was somebody that I was thinking this guy could be pretty cool for the Pelicans. Let's see. I was thinking Ace Bailey, honestly. Because
new Brandon Ingram.
Really, he's just a good defender who can play entirely off of Zion.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
I think Ace Bailey would be a good fit for them.
Yeah, it's interesting because like so many of the teams at the top are like looking for the guy, and so it's like if you're looking for the guy, probably don't Ace Bailey. You know, it's kind of scary. You know, jump shot dependent, all that other stuff. But if you're looking for just help. Yeah, he's sick.
Like, even if I think about, like, Dylan Harper versus Ace Bailey on this team, obviously it would be nice to have a point guard, but it's really just what's he doing when Zion has the ball, what's Zion doing when he has. I guess he could throw entry passes to Zion, but it's not the cleanest fit. It's not the greatest situation versus Ace Bailey. Can really boost your defense that you really need. He's just another huge wing that could do some crazy stuff. And then, he's immediately relegated into an off-ball role, and he could just copy what Trey Murphy does and really eat.
All right. Connor Fitzgerald says Pelicans now that Zion has become a Jinchuriki. Do you believe that he will be able to harness the Ninetales power to elevate the Pelicans into a contender next year and become an MVP candidate? P.S. If Zion is Naruto, then who would be Sasuke? Parentheses, Morant seems like the logical choice with them being picks 1 and 2 in the draft.
RJ Barrett's lame, man.
Who's RJ Barrett? Is he the fat guy who can like make himself really big?
I'm saying he's Sasuke, and I'm saying Sasuke's lame.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they used to be friends, and now they're
we
or
used
maybe
to be best buddies.
maybe Sasuke's Cam Reddish.
What you got against Sasuke, man?
I'm a Sasuke hater. He's just emo, and he's not cool. But people think he's cool because he's emo, but he's not. I hate him, and screw him. As far as the Tailed Beast, would he be able to win over the Tailed Beast? So Naruto's Tailed Beast was like a really mean guy, but Naruto was just very persistent about it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe Zion could. Because you know how Zion talks out the side of his mouth?
Yeah.
He does like that. Maybe he could win him over like that. Wait, look, it's like I'm podcasting with no mouth.
It's a lot like that.
But yeah, Zion is like a one-tailed because he's got the one move.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he is a lot like Naruto because Naruto has Shadow Clone, Rasengan, Ninetales Energy. That's it.
That's no bag.
No, he truly is complete bagless. Sasuke did have a bag. Naruto bagless.
I saw a good TikTok. You would recognize the guy. He's one of like the manga TikTok guys. He's got glasses.
Glasses.
Yeah, glasses. White guy.
Yeah, I'm picturing.
And he scaled.
Does he do a lot of hunter stuff?
Yeah. He does like a lot of Succession arc stuff. That's what I've seen him from. But he scaled Yuji all the way out to like when Gojo, spoilers, Gojo died. He scaled like end of story Yuji out to that part, and Yuji low-key kind of a bag by the end of the story. He had a lot of shit going on. He had blood manipulation, he had cleave, he had furnace, he had reverse curse technique, and he had a domain expansion while having physical traits on par with a curse, heavenly restriction, and being domain anointed by the Black Sparks. So the most prolific Black Flash user in the history of cursed energy.
Wouldn't beat Gojo, but that's pretty cool.
No, he probably would not beat Gojo, because it's hard to beat Infinity, man. If you get Infinity in the 6 eyes, it's almost impossible. Almost.
Unless you have Gay at your side.
Yeah. Unless he's your dad, and you call your dad up to be like, I can't beat this guy, so can I have Maharaga, please? Thank you. 244. All right, let's wrap this bitch up. The Jazz. Nobody cares, but they're 1-3 in the last 4. They beat the Rockets. They lost to the Kings, the Blazers, the Thunder. Josh Jensen says, the Jazz only promising pieces are Collier and Kessler, and I'm tired of having no one good. Parentheses, Bryce Sensabaugh.
Idiot.
Bryce Sensabaugh is obvious, so I'm not mentioning him.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, he's an
retracted.
idiot. You made your statement. It's cool.
No, idiot retracted. Newspapers can retract their statements. So can I.
Okay, that's fair. Any thoughts on the Jazz? I'm not locked in.
So the Portland Trail Blazers wins are fake. The progress is real. The defense is real. Bryce dropped 21 on him.
Oh my God! What a fucking, I mean, once in a lifetime scorer.
7 of 12 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3. Walker Kessler joined Nikola Jokic. Heard of him? And Wilt Chamberlain. Heard of that guy? As the only players in NBA history with 25 plus points, 10 plus rebounds, 5 plus assists, 0 turnovers, while shooting 100% from the field. I'm surprised Daniel Gafford didn't get it.
Oh, we got a Gambo bomb during this recording.
Oh, okay.
He said, Mike Budenholzer is reportedly miserable to deal with in the Suns organization.
I wonder who told him that. And Walker Kessler's final stat line for the night was 25, 14, and 5 with 2 steals on 10 of 10 shooting, and he held Sabonis to 12, 9, and 5 on 5 of 12 shooting. Walker Kessler's back.
I know that's right. Yeah, that's all I got. You got any? I mean, what should people comment if they're still here?
I said something earlier for them to comment. I forget what it was though. Oh. If they're still here though, let's think out everybody.
Okay. Guys, start your whatever you think people should comment. Start the comment with, "Hey everybody, comment." Oh, do you have an idea?
I have an idea. Watching this at 13 o'clock. That's not a real time.
Watching this at 13 o'clock, unless you're a military person, then
oh shoot,
yeah.
All right, what's the funniest time? 25 o'clock.
Okay, there you go.
Like what?
Watching this at 25 o'clock.
Dude, that's the most random thing. People are not gonna know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, comment derp. Watching this at 25 o'clock.
XD.
Pau Gasol, take it away.
Take it away.
Lay down a list of what is wrong.